Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
The throat so shook and grown, disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Rejected, lost in the zone, now they're paying rent in Hades' bone hole.
Good morning.
Crackheads, no shelter in the night.
Good morning, Rhea. How are you?
Denials echo through torturous flight. Only face facts could have saved their plight.
Good morning.
No way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Share this. Please tap the screen. Share the live. You know what we gotta do. We gotta get it out the mud. Good morning, heaven. Luigi. Free. You said free Luigi, huh?
Follow the path or drown in the stream.
Hey.
Echo loud. Lost in sulfur, desperate, proud. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud. Rejected truth, their fates avowed.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Good morning, heaven. Oh my goodness, we're back in the Thunderdome. Give them a second. You know, it'll take a second for them to find me. But you know, someone has to do the dirty work, ladies and gentlemen. And that's me. Hey, hey. They're looking for me, but they don't think it's me, right? Yes, thank you, Evan. Let's go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are once again back in the Thunderdome. Welcome, all right. Let's get this show going, ladies and gentlemen. You know we gotta get this show. We gotta get this show started.
A lot of bounce to it.
All
Make
right.
this a trap beat.
All right, let's go.
Make sure it has a lot of bounce to it.
All right. Welcome to the show, ladies and
what's the
gentlemen.
new vibe? I tell them it's me, Hurricane Zeus. Yeah, coming through Hurricane Zeus. Yeah. Bro, they asking me what's the new vibe. I tell them it's me, Hurricane Zeus. Yeah, coming through Hurricane Zeus. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
I know they're looking for the truth. They want Hurricane Zeus.
They want Hurricane Zeus, right? I know
See,
you
I'm
do.
coming in, I'm bringing all the drama. I'm coming in, I'm bringing the destruction.
Let's go, ladies and
Because
gentlemen.
people want the truth and they've been craving it for a while, but they ain't been getting it. So now you got me standing up here looking at
Thank
you
you,
in your
Capria.
eyes while you waiting and you wishing that I would stop, but I won't, because I got a mission to accomplish.
That's right.
I am the boss. I am the mission. I'ma keep it dripping. I'm saucy. I'm everything above. I'm the classiest one up in here. Yeah, it's my city and I run it.
Yeah, you know I run it.
You know what I do.
Hurricane Zeus.
You do what you do.
Do what you do, I do what I
Let me
do.
keep on cooking you food.
Hey.
Yeah, it's me, Hurricane Zeus.
Hey.
Hurricane Zeus.
Hey.
I'm coming through your city like a hurricane. Hurricane Zeus.
You know who it is.
Hurricane Zeus.
Yeah, I tried to tell
I
them.
ain't gonna lie, I know they looking for the truth.
W. Rick in the chat. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Tiffany.
It's my
Good people.
city. And I'm
All right, let's go ahead and
You
get
know
rid of
what
the
I
music.
do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. This is my backup account, so you know I got to get it out of the mud. You know, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I call myself Triple H, all right? Let me actually clear that up. First H is because I'm honest. Second H is because I'm humble. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it, I am and I will always remain the most handsome. And part of being humble, honestly, is sometimes you got to get it out the mud and go on your backup account because people don't know how to get in the box, keep it clean on TikTok. This is I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm gonna have to enforce it. I'm gonna have to bring the proverbial hammer down. You get in the box and you start saying things and just acting all kinds of inappropriate. I gotta drop you. I mean, you know, right, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta drop people. Yeah. You. What happened to my other page yesterday? Yeah. So what happens is on this app, a lot of people, they say, Zeus, why don't you just say what's on your mind? This app is not a good place to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're seriously out here trying to have good conversations and build community, one of the things I like to say to people is this: listen, follow the community guidelines. Come on now, and and listen, and just because somebody gives you the opportunity to, do what you want to do and break the community guidelines, I say take it from me. You got to act like you've been here before, all right? And don't fall for the pump fake. A lot of these Trump supporters, they like to try to tempt me. They really do. Oh, I want to throw this at Jesus, and I'm like, yeah, I won't be falling for that. I've been around for a while, all right. But guess what? No cursing. You can do that anywhere else, but please, on the show, we have so many eyes and ears listening to us, all right. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Zeus, I have a lot of haters on this app, right? I have a lot of haters. They hate the fact that I get out here and I speak straight up what's on my heart, what's on my mind to all of you. They hate the fact that I do that. They just can't wrap their minds around. Black Times, you said that I'm so disrespectful. Oh, wait a second. Now that right there gets my attention. Won't you come back up here, Black Times? See, that's what I don't like. Uh, when you say stuff like that, I get really offended. I get royally offended. What makes me the most offensive person or disrespectful person in your neck of the woods?
Anytime I've been on your platforms, the only thing I've gotten was cut off in the middle of my statements, and that's about it. You guys cherry pick one thing you could be able to attack someone on, and then you keep cutting them off, and then you throw them to the goal. That's not how you conduct a conversation. It's not how you
Okay,
deal with people.
okay, so there's rules to having a conversation in your world.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, well,
Having
don't you?
respect. You don't know
Oh,
what respect is.
actually, I'm probably one of the most respectful people you've
How
spoken
do
to
you
on
have
this.
respect if you don't even know that there's rules for respect?
Well, notice you and I are now once again conversing, correct?
Yeah.
And all I've ever asked is when we get to a place in the discussion where facts actually are facts, you just simply go, you know what, Zeus, you're right. Or if you're the one doing it,
Vice
then I
versa.
go, and then, yes, I was about to just say that. But I'm not able to get that when I talk to a lot of people who are in the cult. And unfortunately, this is where we end up, the rubber meets the road, right? I got to move on.
But
I
I
don't know.
respect you, though. I respect you. That's why I came on your platform, and I thought you guys held a pretty decent conversation. Even if I agree or disagree, it's worth talking about some of the things that you bring up. So I respect
I
that.
mean, and so who else do you know bringing it up like I do on this app?
I see the couple of pages out there doing their thing, but you doing your thing too. You're
I
consistent.
mean, because there you go. I'm consistent, and we do it clean. We keep it clean over here. We just don't let it deteriorate into a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah,
And
good.
I actually think I pride myself on going above and beyond. To be quite honest, like you said, I'm consistent. I'm a Democrat, and even though things don't go the way that I want them, I haven't backed down from a challenge, have I?
I don't know. I haven't watched you that long. I'm new to this whole entire app myself, so I don't even know how a lot of things work still.
Well, but and I'm glad you finally admitted you don't know how a lot of things work still, because
Yeah.
that right there is basically what the
Well, can I ask you a
situation.
question as a Democrat? Because I always wanted to know this by a Democrat, and you seem
Fair.
to be able to be a fair person to ask a question and get a response
And
from.
even if I don't know, I have a good Rolodex of my fellow Democrats. That if
Okay.
it's not something I feel comfortable giving you a good straight up answer, I'll pick someone in the audience and say, "Hey, could you come up here and add a little meat to the bone?" That's just my style.
Okay.
Okay.
My question is, um, how can you vote for a party who said they won't do nothing for your group of people in particular, your demographic of people?
Mm. Which party first? So when you ask such a question, I don't know what party you're referring to.
Democratic Party,
I would imagine
Kamala
it's the
Harris,
Republican. Okay.
says she's not going to do anything for African Americans.
I am so this is where I ask, are we really being serious? Or are you just sitting here asking crazy questions? Because I
Is
want
that something that came out of her mouth?
could you please play it? And
I
while you're
can.
getting
You
and while
can
you're
go to
getting that,
you can go to my page on Facebook. It's called Black Times. It's on Facebook, and they have plenty of excerpts of she's had interviews that saying she's not going to do nothing for black people, And meanwhile, she's dedicated $32 billion to Israel. They dedicated money for Iran. They dedicated money for illegals. They dedicated for a lot of groups, but they always just singled us out for some reason, and you guys seem to be able to be so supportive of that. I just don't understand, especially supportive to a man who imprisoned millions of your brothers, but pardoned his own son for being a crackhead and doing the same shit that he told us.
Great. Now, see, there you went and kept, you dropped the curse word again. See, remember, this is how I got into, this is how we gotta, okay, so, you're passionate, but here's the thing. I appreciate the passion, but I disagree that Vice President Kamala Harris and Joe Biden haven't done anything for black people. When you say we got the Juneteenth holiday,
Juneteenth is a smack in the face for somebody still occupying your land.
Wait a second.
Juneteenth means nothing to me.
Wait a second. It's either a yes or a no.
Juneteenth means nothing to me.
But sir,
it's like
remember when you said, why do I just drop people? Again, let's reset relations, level set, and try this again. Was Juneteenth for white people?
Juneteenth is for whoever is brainwashed to follow it.
Black Times. I really see.
I can't. I don't agree with every holiday.
I didn't ask you. I need you to take the emotion out of this and simply acknowledge it's a holiday and it's a federal holiday.
What did that do for you?
It helped, and it's for black folk.
What did it do for you?
You get the day off if you got a job. And it's supposed to be compensated, so it's free money for you. So Black Time, you don't agree with it. You don't agree. Wait a second.
By a 4-year administration.
Wait a second. Have you heard of the Crown Act?
Enlighten me, please, because maybe some people don't. I have.
Well, no, I would prefer you to say it because.
No, enlighten me. I want you to enlighten me. I want you to tell me why it's important to you,
sir.
Tell me.
See, this right here. This right here is definitely. Now, I don't know where he went, but I would encourage this guest and any other MAGA possessed person that gets in the box and makes the claim that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris haven't done anything for black people to just simply go into the internet. You know what the internet is, and just type in
what they did for the black people.
No,
they allowed us to have abortions.
Black Times. Please, come on now. I'm serious. It's not like I'm a hateful person. I'm not. I really do believe myself and a lot of us have been providing this information, not to change your mind, but so you would know and go and do your own research. But it failed. And whether you like these things that they've done or not, you don't speak for all black people. I'm a black person, and I actually think it's great they did that to acknowledge the struggles of the black folks here in the United States, whether you like the holiday or not. So that's just a personal issue. The Crown Act, go look it up.
So while people are getting billions of dollars,
no. Now, I wasn't done.
That's clownish to me as a man.
I wasn't done. You can go look this up. President Biden, Kamala Harris's record achieved the lowest black unemployment rate on record and created 2.4 million jobs for black workers in August of 2024. You hear that?
Well, they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19.
Yeah, those black jobs that he was talking about. Lifted 400,000 black children out of poverty by increased SNAP benefits through updating the Thrifty Food Plan and continuing to call Congress to restore the full expanded child tax credit, which during the pandemic cut black childhood poverty in half, benefiting 600,000 and brought racial poverty disparities to record low. Should I continue?
How about with record chemical poisoning?
Wait.
They give you more money.
Okay. Let me continue. Grew black American business ownership at the fastest rate in over 3 decades. Tripled the number of small business association backed loans to black-owned businesses. Awarded a record $10 billion in federal contracts to black-owned small businesses in fiscal year 2023. Invest a record more of $16 billion in HBCUs. Black Times. There's a laundry list. I could keep reading. I'm not going to read everything, but I think at this point you need to issue a public apology.
I
If you were
apologize.
suggesting, if
I
you were
apologize
suggesting,
if you still being able to believe in people that never believed in you.
so you're not even going to apologize
Not
for
at
making
ever, never.
the claim that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris haven't done a thing for black people?
No, they haven't done anything for black people at all.
So how do you think I should deal with you lying on TikTok right now?
I
Because
think that you should be able
you
to
said that.
understand that we have a new administration. The people that was representing us didn't do nothing for America. They did nothing but divide, kill, and destroy everything that we have here in this country. The country is in disarray. The economy is in disarray. The people are, not prioritized. And I think that if you're an American citizen, you should be able to start to refocus and be able to put Americans first.
You hear
So we
that?
can be able to take care of our children
You
and
hear
take
that?
care of our grandchildren and
You
not
hear
allow
that?
no one else to be able to step into that.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, Black Times, guess what just happened? I had to move on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Black Times. I'm going to drop the black off of his name. We're just going to call him Do Time. He needs to do some time, right? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send that previous guest, Mr. I Need to Do Some Time. Let's send him straight into the lake of fire. Let's give him a huge round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I think jail would do you some good, Black Time. It'll help straighten you out right now because this level of deception and this level of confusion and chaos you got going on, sir, it's very concerning. Now, you asked me, hey, Zeus, why do you always mute and drop me when I get in your box? You never let me talk. I let you talk. I really did my best to try to have an honest and fair conversation. But when people are giving you facts, data, and statistics, and you still turn around and say, I'm just going to keep my head in the sand, it's a waste of time, all right? And so I do hope you've learned something. I don't ever want to see you on this app ever again promoting that myth, that lie, that what you say, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris haven't done a thing for black people. If you can read from the screen, by all means, make the video, tag me in it, and I'll definitely come over there and check it out. But as far as I'm concerned, you might be able to read, but your comprehension skills are in the tank, and so that's just what it is. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. Someone more intelligent than Mr. Times. All right, someone more intelligent than Mr. Times. All right, I would really, really, really love that. All right. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Put a 1 in the chat. Oh, okay, look at that. Okay, see, this is what I want to see. I want to see a Trump supporter. All right, come on up in here and have a nice, honest, intelligent
Man,
conversation.
oh man, we meet again.
We've met before.
Yeah, yes, we have on your other page. But I ain't gonna front. One thing I don't like as another brother to another brother, as a person of color, and you trying to build your platform. I know what happened. Here's the thing: TikTok is a Chinese. I'm not, I'm saying sign language. I'm saying it's a Chinese. They really don't like the First Amendment like that. They say they do, but they really don't. But I don't like. I know what happened. People was reporting you because they was hating on you. I don't like that. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
okay, fair enough. That's fair. That's mutual. All right. Yeah, that's why I say, people are upset because I'm doing what I'm doing on this app. You know it. You know
And
it.
at the end of the day, as a
Uh
brother, go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go
no, no,
ahead.
no. And all I'm doing is telling the truth. All right, what were you saying? It really
I mean,
has
at the
not.
end of
It's
the day,
really
as a
not just.
brother,
It's well. What were you saying? Go for it.
at the end of the day, I just don't I see the hours you put in. You know what I'm saying? So even though we might disagree, you know what I'm saying? I still want to see you succeed. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of political party, we're still men of color. We're still trying to make it. And I think it's the haters that are trying to bring you down. You know what I'm saying? And it's
And
unfortunate.
you know
I
where
would
they
say from
are.
my
You know where
side.
the Zeus haters live. As a brother, they're not doing it on the left. They're doing it over there on the right. They're the ones that are upset. So I
Even though you
take what
called me
you
a demon
say. I
before,
take what you.
I could tell I got tough skin. You called me a demon before, but I've had tough skin. I'm not gonna report you because I mean at the end of the day, all's fair in war and stuff like that. So I don't take it personally, but I can see why people do that. But I'm not happy about it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
I
this
don't
a
like that.
lot of people tune into the show every morning, and I didn't know this initially, but you walk away with something to think about and make yourself feel good, especially if you're a person that loves truth over here. Now, you know what I mean? It's not fear mongering. It's really making sure people in a unique way
Yeah, you kind of do with
understand.
the immigration, but we'll get into that. All I'm just saying, like base, like we've spoken before, and I just don't like people try to deplatform me. I think
Okay.
that's
Well, it is what it is. Like I said, it's probably just something I got to learn how to get better at dealing with, so I don't have to be subjected to this.
so.
Since you've
You
been
think
following
immigration
me,
is good?
huh?
I mean, I all the stuff that you said, like I've already known, but like I ain't gonna front. So when we first met, it was before Trump got elected. So you was really hijacked on the January 6th. And what I'm saying, ever since that, what I'm saying, things haven't been really going your way. It's
Eh,
fine, but it's really hard to bring up January 6th now that, Trump won the electoral and popular. So obviously unanimous. Well, I wouldn't say unanimously, but it was a
Sir,
clear
sir,
W.
sir, sir. Okay, here's the thing. Whatever you're trying to, I don't know what your angle is, right? But the way that I see this is Donald Trump doesn't have a mandate. And I will still talk about January 6th. Do you understand that?
So what?
January 6th was a dark day in American history, no matter how you try to portray it.
I don't agree with the white people playing Spider-Man on the Capitol building. I didn't agree with that either. I didn't agree with that either. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
but
But
but but here's the deal: you voted for him.
because because we dodged a bullet, and I'm gonna show you the reason, and I'm gonna show you the
So
reason
so
why.
so what do you think has changed, in my opinion, about January 6th since all of this started? I was
I
right
mean,
then.
what
What
has
what what I
changed? What
what?
has changed? There's no COVID-19. There's no mail-in ballots.
Stop
So
right there. Stop right there. There's still that thing out here. That virus hasn't gone anywhere. It's still here.
but it wasn't. Come on,
It's
let's be
still it's
genuine here.
still
It's not
here.
nearly, but it was different circumstances around that time. It was different circumstances.
Okay, but do you understand that where we're at right now, we were never wrong, us Democrats, about the dangers Donald Trump presented. The projection was off, right? Because who would have thought you give people information, just like I gave the previous guest, real credible information, and guess what they did? They rejected it. Who would have thought, out of all the millions of people in this country, that you believed had intelligence, had a brain to actually process information? They say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. It's one of those things. So, this is where we're at now in the country. We recognize there's a group of people out here who ignore facts. And
Okay,
it's a
so
lot of you.
my question, because I'm gonna give you facts once we get into immigration. Because the last time we weren't
You
able to
don't
get
want
into.
to. I don't think you want to have a conversation about mass
Oh,
deportations
I
because
definitely do.
because I just
I
saw a
definitely
brother
do
get.
because you think pro-immigration is a good thing. I'm gonna give you perfect examples of Democrats like Mayor Adams that was all pro-immigration. Now he's starting to look a little bit Trumpish. There's people of color in Chicago that's sick and tired of these illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? They're
Okay,
sick and tired of it.
okay, but you know
And
what I
as a
think.
person, as a person that my family is, my aunts and uncles, they were all immigrants. They were all immigrants. So when you're talking about the whole immigration
It's
and why, like I don't have any empathy for these migrants because I seen my whole family do it the hard way.
okay.
They
All
went
right.
through the legal process.
Okay, so let's put a pin in this real quick because you walked right into the trap I set this morning for you. Listen up to this, all right, and then we'll open it and then I'll finish what I had to say.
Back to America Decides. A recent report from the American Immigration Council found that mass deportations, as proposed by the incoming Trump administration, could have massive effects on the federal budget and possible damaging effects to the U.S. economy. This report found that a one-time operation to deport all undocumented immigrants in the United States could cost as much, or at least, $315 billion. Nevertheless, President-elect Trump believes the country, in his words, doesn't have a choice.
Zeus,
Is
can I
it your
ask you a
plan
question?
to deport
Can I ask you a question?
everyone
Wait a second. Well, you can, but can we just get through this together, all right? If you don't
Okay,
mind.
who is
yeah, all
here
right, by all
illegally
means,
over the
go ahead.
next 4 years?
Well, I think you have to do it
and it's a very tough thing to do. It's but you have to have you have rules, regulations, laws. They came in illegally.
Hold on.
The executive director for the American Immigration Council, Jeremy Robbins, joins us now from Studio 57 in New York. Jeremy, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Break down that $315 billion number. Where did it come from? What are those costs?
Yeah, thank you, Major. Thanks for having me.
David, please. The reason that I'm hitting play is because I understand how people learn, right? You go to class, the teacher is giving you the information. Does the student get to always interrupt the teacher? No, they don't. They have to sit there and they just got to listen. So we're both going to listen to this together because we're both like students in a way, right? And then we should be able to have a what they call like a group project where we go and discuss the information that we've just heard. All right. So I know so far this is going to cost the United States $315 billion. All right. But my mind is going, well, what's in that? All right. So let's listen to this together. All right. And then we can get back to the politics.
4 principal buckets. First, we have to find the people who we're going to deport. We then have to go into communities to arrest them. We have to detain them while we figure out, are they people who should be deported? And then we have to send them home. Because let's be very honest. We right now are deporting hundreds of thousands of people, and we're doing that by focusing on violent criminals. So when you're talking about mass deportations, we're not talking about deporting violent criminals. You're talking about deporting people, the majority of whom have been here more than 15 years. The vast majority, almost all of whom are working or in school. And so we're going to have to go into communities and find people.
And your report talks about detention, facilities, costs, person power. Explain that.
So right now we have about as much detention capacity to detain about 50,000 undocumented immigrants while they're being sent to awaiting their decisions to be deported or to be let in. If you're talking about deporting 13 million people, just think about what that scale is. If you look at every inmate in prison or jail in this country, you're talking about 1.9 million people. Now you're talking about 13 million people. We need to build new facilities. You need to staff them. It's expensive. Even if you did an open air facility that wasn't, and you think about the concerns of what that could be, they're hugely expensive. And so this report was actually quite conservative because we used the costs that we have to detain people now.
David. You see what I just did? I see what I did is information overload, David. The moment we started bringing out the calculator and the budgets,
Now, the commercials going out because I was looking up my references.
Okay. So I know how people get when numbers start flying around.
No.
I understand
I was gonna ask. Hold on. Let me. Like I heard it, and let me.
So first of all, whether you agree with it or not, a good way to test to see if you actually heard it. What did you hear?
So basically, he's saying that about it would take. Basically, he's saying that if we were to try to attempt to make all these mass deportations, it would actually affect us adversely because this costs a lot. Did I get the synopsis, the summary, the gist of it?
That's all you got?
That you would have to allocate a lot of resources to taking all these illegal immigrants out. It's a fair point.
What else?
That's the gist I got. And it would adversely affect our economy. My question: why?
So let's unpack that. Do you agree with any of that? Good morning, Wakanda. Nice to see you.
No, I don't.
Okay,
no,
so this is well. Then
I'll tell you what I disagree with Trump.
Wait. Okay. I mean, listen, bro.
I'm trying to throw you a bone here.
I don't need you to throw me a bone. I just don't understand how you and I can both sit in the same classroom, hear the same information. W. Janice in the chat. Thank you for the subscription. We both sat in the same classroom, listened to the same information, and you walked away with a different perspective.
Because I've done my research. Can I rebuttal that with people who are actually going under this and what actually happens in Chicago with illegal immigration? But before I even get into that, why didn't you give the same energy to Obama? Do you remember Obama's nickname? Do you remember what it was?
Let me take a guess. Deporter in chief.
Oh, thank you. And how many illegal immigrants did he deport?
Is Obama about to be president?
No, no.
Okay,
I'm
David,
making a
David,
point
David,
here.
David, David, David. Okay,
I'm
so
making a point.
okay, but David,
He just
David,
got
David,
over 5
David,
million
David,
immigrants.
David. Listen,
More
I don't
than
want to talk about.
Trump.
I don't want to talk about Biden, Joe Biden, or Hunter Biden, or right, or even Ashley. I don't want to
Of
talk about
course
them,
not. Of course,
and I
because
don't
he
want
has
to
to
talk
gloss
about
over the
Barack
corruption of
Hussein
Democrat Party.
Obama.
Of course not.
I am literally saying to you, Trump's economy, which is who you voted to be the president of the United States, right? This is what we're talking about now. The election is over. I'm not re-litigating that. I'm not re-litigating January 6th. We're talking about what this man is going to do to you once he becomes president through his policies. That's all. You got to let go of Obama. Do you got Obama derangement syndrome?
No, I'm just making a good correlation of
I didn't
immigration.
ask for that though. Great.
Immigration wasn't that bad of a thing not too long ago. Democrats used to be
Okay,
considered. I voted
but
for Obama. I remember it.
okay, but listen.
Democrats and Republicans used to care about it. Then it became a racial
Okay,
thing, and then that's what happened.
but David, again, if we were in a classroom, you do understand you would be failing because you're off topic. You're talking about stuff that was in the previous
That's
chapters. I mean,
that's
you
completely
use it to
irrelevant.
build
That's
on your knowledge
completely
base.
irrelevant.
Listen,
We're talking
listen.
about legal immigrations. I'm telling you about a
Okay, no, we're
president
not talking
that's
about
actually
that.
effective. He actually put in the
Jesus Christ.
put in the kids in cages. That was actually Obama's policies.
So we're
He
ignoring
deported over 5 million people.
he has Obama derangement syndrome. Jesus, can we at least get back onto the Donald Trump?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. I just played to you a video that was talking about Trump's mass deportation policy, right? And we're talking
But
11
you
to
do realize
13.
those were all
Jesus.
hypotheticals. Those were all I can give you literal examples of Democrats. I heard it.
Sir, you're doing it again. Is everything okay? Are you okay? I don't get this. Why do we keep going up and bringing up Biden and Obama, and you believe these people are terrible people and
Because
Democrats?
you have to look at past results to see the outcomes, to see if wouldn't that make sense? You see past results to see if it works or not.
No. That doesn't make sense to Zeus.
So you mean to tell me? So you mean to tell me I can? So Mayor Adam, what?
Why
Mayor
do you,
Adams,
are
I
you
would
a Democrat or
I would put
something?
the examples.
So you're
I'll
wait a
give you the
second. I think I
examples of
figured you
Chicago
out.
people
You're a
getting
disgruntled
flustered.
Democrat. You're a disgruntled Democrat because
I
no matter.
am.
So you're unstable.
How am I unstable?
Because you're taking out. You're like
this.
this. You're like these other people that went and voted for Trump. Why did you do it? Because he wasn't a Democrat. And I'm saying to you, that is lazy. That's being lazy, and it's reckless. Now that I think about it, it's reckless. It's like giving you the keys to drive and you don't have a license, but you're going to go on the road and get out here and do 70, 80, 90, 100 miles an hour. It's very, very dangerous for you.
You're barring me for giving examples of cities like Chicago and New York, sanctuary cities that were bragging about how much they wanted illegal immigrants.
Yeah, you know why? You know why? You know why?
Having economic problems.
David,
what you just put were hypotheticals.
Well, talk to me about the cities. Talk to me about the cities that actually aren't crying.
Can I give you an example, Zeus?
Give me an example of a city that's not crying, because everything you're doing is you're trying to use Chicago and say because Chicago's doing this, it's going to have to work for everybody in the United States.
No,
you know there's other cities out there that are actually saying that they benefit.
I'm just giving you examples of it adversely affecting cities. $150 billion of taxpayer money was accounted for just for illegal immigrants. Now, I remember.
So where'd you get that from? Exactly. Now let me read to you something. This is a guy named Chad Carlton. He's a business owner in the state of Missouri. He says, and this is a white guy. He puts on X. I have 200 employees now. 60% migrants, first and second generation. I'm in Missouri, Josh Hawley County or country. Yeah. Let me tell you about the migrant workforce. 1, First of all, they're all legal. If you're hiring illegals, you're either one, small and can avoid mandatory reporting.
We're not talking about
Listen,
legal
listen, I
immigrants. We're
wasn't
talking about
done.
illegal immigrants.
Listen, I'm just
I don't have no
reading
problem
it.
with legal immigrants.
I'm
My
just
mother's
reading
a
it.
legal
I'm
immigrant.
just reading it, all
My
right?
father's a legal immigrant.
Let me finish it, all right? 2, small and can avoid mandatory reporting. 2, gigantic and can justify the efforts it takes to conceal the risk and reward. 3, have no choice because Americans won't take the jobs. My biggest problem with migrant workers: 1, 40 hours isn't enough. I have a dozen working 2 40-hour full-time jobs. 2, I have to speak to them in English. 3, the non-migrant workers. We pay 135% of the median income in our area. That's 85% of the household median income. We show no hiring preference to any class or status. For every migrant we hire, we'll hire 3 non-migrants for being lazy, dishonest, or unreliable. Can you believe that? The average migrant worker is running circles around the average spoiled white kid. No, I'm a spoiled white kid. They're frugal, thrifty, and communal. The American folks are on their phones, alone in the car at lunch. The migrants eat lunch and laugh together. They're reliable. They're hungry for opportunity. They're good-hearted people, deserving of everything they've given. I have several 18 to 20-year-olds living at home, paying rent and caring for their parents. They don't take things for granted. They're
But
loyal.
this is irrelevant because you're talking about legal migrants.
Wait a second.
You're talking about legal migrants.
No, I'm talking.
Migrants.
So obviously, no matter what I give you,
No, because we're talking about
David.
We're talking about illegal.
Jesus Christ.
You're missing the point here. You're missing the point.
David. Here's the thing. You can sit there and put those labels on people all you want.
It's not a label. It's not a label. There's a difference between going through the naturalization process and
Jesus
not.
Christ.
And it does affect our economy.
Jesus Christ. How about this? Either you and I are going to have this conversation. I'm going to bring somebody else up here to try to speak to you, David.
That's fine, Zeus.
Because you can't
going over my point. I'm giving you a rational point here.
Okay.
There's a difference between illegal immigrants and legal immigrants. We need to have sovereign borders. I don't have a problem with migration. My parents migrated here. I'm a first generation American. My aunts and uncles, they all did it the right way. I don't have a problem with migrants. What you just referred, because I just read, you're talking about migrants that don't take their opportunity for granted. I don't got a problem with that. I don't got a problem. I'm talking about illegals.
Okay.
And the thing is, you're trying to filibuster me because I'm trying to give you examples of what illegal immigrants is adversely affecting New York and Chicago.
David,
go ahead.
Are you done?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. How do you know if someone is legal or illegal, David? I think this is the biggest problem you have.
There's a naturalization. There's a naturalization process. How do I know? How do I know how that goes? Because I literally saw.
Are you listening, David?
My parents go through it.
Okay, let me put it to you. Let me put it to you in a way you and I can understand. You're walking down the street and you see someone. How do you know they're legal or illegal?
Their papers, Social Security.
Oh, okay. So let's get it. Okay.
Their ID, identification.
Okay, so David, I'm so glad.
I-9, so they can go into our Social Security.
David,
so they actually can contribute to the taxpayer income that we all collectively.
David. So again, what I'm doing is a bit of a magic trick because I just slowed you down. You said paperwork, right? They're paperwork. I'm slowing you down so you could really get into this world you're living in, and let's point out some things together because I'm right in that world that you've created. I'm right there next to you. So what you're suggesting to me is you're going to be in a world where you walk down the street and ask people to show you their paperwork, right? Because that's the only way you would know.
Anywhere I go, I have to show my ID. It's not that big of a deal. When I go out to vote, I have to show my ID.
But
when I go for a job application, I have to show my legal citizenship.
Right, but that's not what I was asking you. I said, how do you look at somebody and know whether they're legal or not? and you said they got to show paperwork.
Social
So
security number, very simple. Social security number.
okay,
When
okay.
you fill
David,
out the
David,
job
David,
application,
David, you're doing that thing again. All right,
where
and
I'm
I
making a point and you're looking over it.
no. What I'm trying to get you to understand is, guess what? You said your parents came over here. That lines up with what they're saying. These people have been here 10 to 15, maybe even 20 years. But guess what? They're going to get treated like they're illegal.
That's not here's the thing.
Did you wait?
That's not
Did
the
you
point
did
I'm
you
trying to
did
make.
you
First
did
of all,
wait?
you haven't even let me
You
go. Go ahead.
did you
Go ahead.
catch did you catch what you just admitted to in front of everybody? You want your parents to have to show their paperwork wherever they go.
I don't got no problem with that. That's how they voted. They went
No,
through the
no, 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 no,
naturalization
no, no, no,
process.
no, no, no. David,
They
David,
took the
David,
test
David,
in
David,
order to be legal.
David. Let me slow you down.
You need to have paperwork in order to have a sovereign country. We need
Jesus
borders
Christ.
in order to have a sovereign country.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, David. All right. All right. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Nutty.
I don't get what you're not getting. I don't get what you're.
Hi,
You can't
Nutty.
just go in all willy nilly into America. We have protocol. You have to. You have to be a model citizen. You have to prove you're a model citizen. There's a probation period.
David. All right. I brought in backup. All right. I'm going to bring up two panelists that hopefully, and we're going to do this in a nice structured way. Hi, April. Hi, Nutty. So you've heard the
Good
exchange.
morning.
Good morning. How are you two doing?
Doing well, thank you.
All right. So what we'll do is, Nutty, I'll start out with you since I brought you up, and then April, I'm going to go straight to. Actually, I'm going to start with you, April. First of all, ladies first. Where are our manners, right, gentlemen? We're gentlemen up here. David, audience, please. W's in the chat for Nutty and April. These are very good people on the app. April, let's start with you. You've heard this guest, David. I've been trying so hard to get my point across to him. Is there anything that I didn't get or say to him that perhaps I could have?
And I'm trying to make my
David,
point across that you have to be a legal
David,
citizen. You need to go through the naturalization process.
David, I need you to act like you can contain yourself. So, April, I'll leave it up to you first. Go ahead, please.
Okay, first I wanna ask David why he's looking at the immigrants as being destructive to America, to this country. Why do you see that? What made them the enemy in your eye?
They're not enemies. In order to have a sovereign country, what you need to understand, is that America is literally the best place to be in America. We cannot house.
But David, we this show's only 2 hours, so we can't have you.
There needs to be sovereign. We need to keep track of who's going into our homeland.
Okay, thank you, David.
They need
David,
to contribute to our taxes, like Social
David.
Security. You can't do that if you don't have papers.
David, are you hearing? We got to keep your responses at least 20 seconds or less. They got because the show got to move on, bro. So she asked a question. We got to get to Nutty. Let's try to keep this thing going, all right? Because people want to get to the bottom of this. All right, April, please continue.
So I just want to say, David, made you the the media, your right wing media, the social networks of right wing have portrayed that this is the problem in America, that it's the immigrants or it's the marginalized communities like the LGBTQI plus. They've done this to you when the actual threat to America
Apples and oranges,
and
bro.
you having a safe place is actually the billionaires and the millionaires that's controlling everything. And you just fail to see that. You
What
to
does
them.
that have to
Well,
do with
I'm going to
people
tell you
illegally
because
coming into the
they're
border?
not affecting your
As a
life
person,
whatsoever.
David.
whole family
Because
came in.
David, they're not affecting your life whatsoever. They don't affect my life. This
It
isn't
does.
a problem in
Yes, it does.
America. They have to have an enemy. You got to come together with something, and that's what they did to the people from the southern border. They created an enemy so you would get your eye
Not
off
my
the real
enemy. All I'm
enemy.
asking is
No,
for
no,
them.
they took your eye off the real
Hey,
enemy. That's all it is, and you fell for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, David, that's April, Miss April, giving you some feedback. Hi, Nutty. Were you there, Nutty?
Yeah, I am. Good
She
morning.
All
didn't
right.
make it. She
Good
didn't
morning,
make any
brother.
points.
Wait, no, David, please.
So David, I just want you to just hear me out for a second, okay? Do you realize there is a study that came out in August of this year that estimated the amount of revenue that undocumented immigrants um, contribute to our tax-based system? It was almost $100 billion, David. $100 billion. I'm going to read an excerpt, excuse me, from the article that I'm talking about. In 40 states, undocumented immigrants paid higher tax rates than the top 1% of the income scale in those states, according to the study released Tuesday from the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy. The study, which also estimates the use of undocumented immigrants' tax contributions as of 2022, shows that those tax totaled $96.7 billion in that year. So you keep saying how much of a strain they are to us Americans. Now, David, no one's arguing the fact that every border, whether it's the southern border or even our northern border, needs to be secured. And guess what, David? They are secure. The largest open border is called an airplane. It's called an airport, David. Go after the people who overstay their visas, David, who come through our northern border, David, Canada. The fact is, David, that you have a problem because you've been indoctrinated to believe that our southern border is such a boogeyman. Because why, David? Because they're bordering countries that are black and brown people, David. What about our northern border? I am from the state. David, I'm almost done. I'm
He's
landing this
almost done.
helicopter.
He's almost done,
I'm landing
David.
this helicopter.
David, I appreciate you trying to learn. Let's keep it going, Nutty.
David, I am from the state of Michigan. Do you know the importance of the state of Michigan? We border Canada. We are separated by the Ambassador Bridge out of Detroit. And do you know how easy it is to get over the border right through the Ambassador Bridge or even going through the tunnel that's going through the Detroit River? Do you know how easy it is to get into the United States? But nobody is talking about that because the boogeyman is the southern border, David. Now I'm gonna mute and let you speak, sir.
Okay, now David.
So do you mind if I put the soundbite of Chicago natives talking about the problem?
Is it clean? Is it clean? Hold on, David. David, hold on. David, is the audio clean? I don't want any unpure.
This is the Chicago natives going to the city council talking about the problems that are happening because of all the illegal immigrants. It's actually
okay. But are there any derogatory terms in there? Any profanity?
It's the news.
Okay. Let's hear it. How long is it?
And to be honest, it's Fox News. Me personally, I don't like biased news. I don't like news in general.
Okay, but play it.
I don't really care about that.
As long as it's clean.
People talking about
okay,
it.
and how long is it?
1 minute.
Okay.
But Zeus, he doesn't like bias.
What I care about, I don't care about the mayors. I don't care about the politicians. I care about the
So he listens for what he wants to hear.
But he doesn't like biased news, but he's playing a Fox News.
I'm telling you, I don't care about
Go ahead, David.
politicians.
Go ahead, David.
I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, David. We don't got all morning.
Black people in Chicago.
David, no more explanation. Go ahead. We get it, and I appreciate you giving us the context.
Here you are with another gritty property tax hike, trying to push the have-nots to house your precious illegal immigrants. You told Trump you ain't gonna blink, well, we ain't either.
You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Typically, I'm here and I'm fussing. I want to say thank you to the city council. Our mayor is embarrassing us, y'all, around the world. And you all took the power back from him to say the city of Chicago is out of the business of funding illegals.
They want the option to get sanctuary cities off.
Me personally, I don't care about what these Fox News people say. I don't care.
Okay.
I care about what the Chicago African Americans have to say about
David. How old are you? David, how old are you, honestly? I just got to ask.
28.
28, and your ethnicity?
He's black.
I'm black. But my race is black. My ethnicity is Latino. So I do have a unique perspective as in my 28. My dad's black, but my mom's Dominican.
Okay,
so
and what part of the country?
I kind of can see both perspectives.
Yeah, you do. And what part of the country did you say you're in again? I just want to. Make sure I
York,
get it.
New York, New
New
York
York.
Haverstraw.
All
I
right,
just
New
moved out
York.
of the
Okay,
city. I used to
okay.
live in
Now,
Florida.
when I heard that clip, I first couldn't help but come to the conclusion that this is local politics. Did you kind of get that impression too? That's local politics at play.
Yeah, but
And so then I say, well, what's locally going on in Chicago? We can't just always assume that's locally going on in other cities in the country,
which is
right?
why I was going to give you the example of New York. Like
But
literally, Mayor
but
Adams.
then I heard the people speaking. I want to make sure you and I understand it. Those are people of color, black folks, right? And the first thing that I want, I'm gonna be honest with you, they sound very uninformed, if that makes sense, right? Because I don't think a majority of people understand how funding in the government.
It's
Listen,
affecting their economy. It's
they
affecting them directly.
a
How
lot
do
of
you
these
say
people,
it's
David.
they're
A lot of these
uninformed when
people,
it's affecting them directly,
People
David.
dude?
didn't say that. They didn't say that, David. They just went up to gripe and complain like you're doing about the immigrants. They didn't
No,
describe,
because I literally
no,
see
they
in New York,
didn't
I
describe
literally
the
see
effect
these
of what's
I literally
happening.
see these migrants go into
David,
hotels.
David, David,
Do
David.
you check these people's
They
papers
literally
to
go
make
into
sure they're illegal?
elementary. They are.
I gotta mute him real quick. What was that question, April?
I mean, I don't understand it. These people, they come up to they just see a person from another area, let's say Hispanic, Latino, whatever, and just assume every one of them's illegal. They pass them by on the street, and because they've been indoctrinated
You
by the
keep
right
talking about the
wing and Fox
indoctrination.
News,
April,
David,
what
you
is
do
David, come
not
on,
understand my
indoctrinated? You
David.
experience.
You
have been
don't, David.
indoctrinated to hate.
You don't know how to respect the guest and stuff like that. I thought you were 28.
But here's the
I
thing.
thought you were 28. You're lying to us
Zeus,
about you being
Within
28,
all
bro.
fairness,
Bro,
the thing that ticks me off about this is April. You do not understand the black experience.
oh,
Okay, well,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
do, so I can
And
speak on it. I understand it. David,
David,
I
David,
understand it.
time out, Nutty. Hold on, but I just want to make sure David understands. No race baiting, and you can't play the race card. Only person that can play that over here so far is Big Zeus, and I haven't played it yet.
I'm
Don't
not
play the
trying
race
to, but
card.
she try. Hold on.
It's all this
Zeus, let me
identity
make my point.
politics. No,
Can I
no,
make
no,
my
no.
point?
I gotta call a foul. That was a foul on you. That's a foul on you, David.
Zeus,
You gotta listen. All right, Nutty, please.
Basically, she's
Zeus,
saying I do not know how
David, please get yourself in order. So
my whole family
here's
went
an
through.
interesting fact. So in 2023,
Thank you,
Chicago spent $361 million of accommodating undocumented immigrants.
Oh,
They spent $361 million. Now here's the caveat to that. Do you want to know how much the undocumented immigrants contributed to Chicago's economy that same year?
how much?
$1.6 billion.
Wow.
We're spending 150
Thank you,
billion
Nutty.
dollars on illegal
In
W
essence,
immigrants.
Nutty in the
Chicago.
chat. Thank you.
So
Somebody's got to pay for their food.
Chicago made
Somebody's got to
money.
pay the hotels.
Oh, please hear me. Please hear me, David.
David, come on.
So in essence, Chicago made money because the undocumented were there. The undocumented was there. Now, what you said to April, brother, that was foul. It was a flag. She was not race baiting. She was not anything. She can speak on what she knows because she surrounds herself
basically
around
what she
people of
said-
different
no, basically
ethnicities.
David.
And she does the homework, David. She does the homework. Now, if you would have heard her out, you would have known that, David.
No, this is what I heard. Basically, he's saying that I'm indoctrinated by experience that I know of because my whole family went through it.
No,
Zeus,
by
this is
right
the
wing
point I'm trying to
media.
make.
I'm
That's
not
what I
saying
mean
that.
by
I
she doesn't
said by
know
your
this.
media.
Oh, by your media, David. See, you
That's
can't
what I said.
listen
Nothing
and
about your experience.
you can't
by
listen
the
and
media.
talk at the
I
same
have my
time,
opinion
David.
because of what I experienced.
David.
My mother, my father, my aunts and uncles. I literally helped them come from Dominican Republic, from Bonao. I literally helped my cousins from Nigeria get here. The long and hard way.
Oh,
And
you
you're
got a
trying-
lot of smoke going on, brother. With all that, you got a lot of things to worry about. You voted for Trump with all that going on?
Zeus, this
To
is
be
what I'm
honest,
talking.
you voted for Trump
Zeus,
with all that going on in your family
Zeus,
dynamic.
this is what I mean. They don't understand my. She doesn't understand my
I
experience.
don't even
There's
understand it.
aunts and they're my aunts and
Hey,
uncles.
David, I don't understand the connection you got, but you've listed some countries and you're complaining. I mean, how could you vote for Donald Trump with all that going on, champ?
Can
The
I
very
can I
countries,
explain?
the
Can I
very countries
explain?
that he named,
Can I
Donald
explain?
Trump, Donald Trump called them s-hole countries.
Can I explain?
No, you
This
can't
is my
explain,
point.
David. What you
This
can
is my
explain,
point.
is how
I
you
am
can vote
fortunate.
for a man, how you can vote for a man that will call the people in those countries s-hole countries, man.
Bruh, you
Like
don't know how it
seriously,
is in
brother.
you don't understand. You don't understand. It's 8 p.m. and the lights
Wait,
go off
wait.
because there's
Now
no
I don't
infrastructure.
understand. Now I don't understand. First, April didn't understand because she didn't know the black experience. Now I don't
Oh,
understand.
oh,
You have you
David,
experienced that
David,
every
David.
night the power goes off because I when you go to Nigeria,
Where?
David,
Also, this is
David,
going on in Nigeria.
I've been
David,
both to not so a lot of my
David.
family's from
Be that as
Nigeria.
it
A lot
may,
of my
be that as it may, David.
Zeus.
Does it make?
What
Does
do
it
you mean
make it?
be that is
Be
that
that
way?
no.
I'm a
Hear my
fortunate
question,
first
David.
generation
David, hear
American.
my question. Be that as it may, does it make what Donald Trump said about the country right? Is it a s-hole country because the light goes off at 8 p.m.? Is it an
Don't
s-hole country? Because when you say stuff like that, David, you demonize and you marginalize the people who are living there.
Nutty Professor, you're literally talking to a minority that literally my mother and father
David,
were one of the
I'm
first
literally a
immigrants
minority.
to come in here. I'm a first generation. I was born in New York. I am
David,
fortunate.
David,
I've been to the Dominican
I'm a
Republic.
minority as
I've
well,
been to
brother. What's your
Lagos in
flex?
Nigeria because my
What's your
family was
flex?
from there. I visit there every summer.
Floyd by.
My
Floyd
David,
by.
aunts and uncles,
David,
we helped them legally migrate here.
David. You see
That's
what's
what I mean.
happening?
You don't understand my
David,
experience
David, David. I
because
got
I
some bad
saw how the
news.
legal process went, and they
David,
did it fair and
David,
square. How's it fair to my aunts and uncles? They have to do with the
David. Whew. Lord have mercy, ladies and gentlemen. We're dealing with some powerful wizardry going on in David's box here with this victim mindset that you got.
What do you mean, Zeus? Zeus, what do you mean
You
this victim
okay?
mindset?
Okay,
I'm
let me
telling you that
explain it.
my aunts and uncles did it the fair and square way. There's a way. I
You
don't have
voted for
problem
a
with
convicted
migrants.
felon. Did he do
I don't
things the
have
right
problem with
way?
migrants. Just do it
Did
the
he
right
do
way. What's
things
the
the right
problem with
way?
that, Zeus? What's
That's a fair question, April. I would like to hear David's response on that.
Yeah, he's believing in all this law and order and do things legally and the right way.
Yeah,
Did
David.
Donald Trump do things the right way?
David, David, please answer.
Did Hunter Biden do things the right?
There you
Hunter's
go.
not going to be the president, David.
Hunter's never ran for presidency, never done anything around government. So David,
For another April, for another topic,
you
we
voted
can
for a
go,
convicted
Granny.
we
felon.
can go litigation by
So, so let me.
litigation.
Okay,
We
so
can
David,
go
David, we
case
got
by
him.
case,
David,
but
David,
that's
I got to
irrelevant right
David,
now. We're not
David,
talking about
David,
Trump.
David. Let me take control of the keys, the reins of this show again. So, I've heard a lot. I disagree with everything you're saying, but I got to get to the next part of this. Nutty April, do you think David has any reason to be concerned that if Trump moves forward with these mass deportations, do you think David should be concerned about the impact it could have on his family?
So you know what, Zeus? I'm going to answer this very, very respectfully, of course.
Okay.
No, because they did it the legal way. They're
No,
not
I'm,
worried.
I'm, I'm
They're
going.
David, hush.
I'm going to call ICE on David because he's an anchor baby. So since he voted for it, you know what, David? Get the F out. Go. See you later. Go
That's
back.
not.
Go back to Nigeria. Go back to the Dominican Republic. So do you see how ridiculous
But
that
he
sounds?
came here the legal way, Nutty. He came here the
But do
legal.
you see? But see, Donald Trump
I
doesn't
was the
care.
first generation born
Donald
American. I
Trump
was
does
born in
not
the
care.
Bronx.
He
I
wants
was
to get
born in
rid
the
of birthright
Bronx.
citizenship.
He
Hey,
wants.
David, he said he wants to get rid of birthright citizenship. David, do you know that puts you in harm's way,
Okay,
David?
so you made a good and valid point. You see, like I'm
So
not too
David,
But
biased to
David, that
say
puts
I
you in harm's
disagree with
way, my
that.
guy. It
There's
puts
David.
a
you
middle
in the
ground there. I
crosshairs.
Let
disagree
me
with
move
that.
it over and ask April. Hey, April. Nutty's giving his opinion. You know, we're not a
Well,
cult.
well, well.
We're not a
I
cult
just,
here. But do you
mm,
think that David should be concerned?
I just got two words: Stephen Miller.
Oh. Mm.
Do you realize who Stephen Miller is, David? Do you
Yes, I
realize
know.
what
I
he
know.
did the
He's
first
kind of a
Trump
weird guy.
presidency? Do you
Here's the
realize
point I'm
he's the
trying to
one
make.
that separated the families and
Again,
why
I'm a
thousands
rational.
of
I'm a
kids?
rational human being. And again, like I'm not no cult. Like Trump is not my massa. There's things I disagree with him. You know what I'm saying?
What is your
I didn't
problem with
agree
immigration?
when
How is it
he had
affecting your
that
life?
interview and he wanted to take away birthright citizenship. I knew what he was
Can
doing. He
breathe.
was fear mongering. I didn't agree with it. I don't agree with everything the guy says.
So we're just gonna wait till you
However,
when they come and pick your
I
ass
do agree
up.
that we
We'll
do
just
need
say bye bye,
legal
David.
orders and we need to enforce it.
David.
But
So
listen, I just
David,
gave you that. I will agree with you. I don't agree with taking away birthright citizenship. That's unconstitutional.
David, but
I
We're
will
the
give you
people
that.
that fight for your
I will give
constitutional
you that.
right. You voted for the people that want to strip it away. We are the people that fight for your constitutional
but
right.
David, you
But
were
you
willing
align
to risk.
yourself with the
No, you want
enemy.
April. You want open borders. You want open borders that
David,
adversity
hold
I
can't
on.
come
never said
upon
Zeus,
us.
open
timeout.
borders.
Timeout.
time out. Let's
I'm
mute him
calling a
again.
timeout.
Thank you.
David said that he's not okay with Donald Trump wanting to take away birthright citizenship, and you knew that he wanted to do that, but you were okay saying I'm gonna risk voting for this man, even though it puts me in the crosshairs, David? Make it make sense, David. Come on, brother.
Put me in the crosshairs. I was born here in America. I was born here in America.
Dude, do you understand what birthright citizenship
Nutty
is?
Professor, here's what you're failing to
No, no,
understand.
no. Do you
Motive
understand
Mikes,
what it
W
is,
Motive
David?
Mikes. Thank
Do you
you.
understand what it is, David?
Nutty Professor,
Okay,
this is
you
what
don't.
you're
Just say
failing
you don't.
to understand.
Just say you
David,
don't.
And this
David.
is what I mean that you don't understand the experience that I'm talking about.
How is that about an experience,
I
David?
understand the legal migration system quite well.
Okay.
Literally, my whole family went through it. All I'm
Zeus,
saying is
he's
that
lost. He's
why?
lost.
What do you mean he's lost? I
He's
So
lost.
understand
David.
more. Who
He's
did you
lost.
help? Who did you help get to America, Nutty?
He's
Who did you
lost.
help?
Yep.
Who
So-
did
So
you help?
David, here's the thing. All right, W Rick in the chat. David, here's the thing. We've all listened to you. W Rick in the chat again. Wow. And we've made our decision.
Zeus, I've seen a lot of pick-me's in my days.
This is what Mayor Adam West said.
This one is a really big
This
pick-me.
is what
He's
Mayor
saying,
Adam.
pick me, and they're never going to pick you, David. They're never going to pick you. And guess what, David? You've heard this term, tokens get spent. You're getting spent, brother. You're getting spent, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I can't wait to hear the machine goes cha-ching, the immigration machine, cha-ching, because that's what's going to happen to you, David.
And David, we're not lying. We're not gaslighting you. I think you've had a fair opportunity. You talked to Big Zeus. You've talked to Nutty. You've talked to April. People from all different walks of life. And we've all came to the conclusion, congratulations, you've played yourself, and you and your family are now in danger.
This is
you and your
insane.
family are now in
understand
danger.
this process more than because I've
David,
actually lived
David.
it. And just because I am pro naturalization, that we
David.
need to have structure and order when it comes to vetting people in, this is a problem.
David.
That's what I'm saying. Nutty
No.
Professor,
I'm
you
gonna
had
be
me, like,
honest,
into
David.
into that. My
David,
mother and father, they help my aunts and uncles.
David, here's the thing: we're gonna be okay because April and I and Nutty, we don't got the smoke you got. You got Nigeria and the Dominican, and you're a person of color.
And
You got people. Listen, you got people in here, and they're ready to call you know who on you know who. David, if I were you, I would definitely find an attorney, an immigration. I would find an immigration attorney. I would find an immigration attorney as soon as I could if I were you, David, because you're going to have a lot of problems. Okay, and on that, champ, we do have to move it on.
Zeus,
right?
you know why I'm not worried? Because they did it the right way, the legal way.
I got you.
I got you.
All right. But guess what? Guess what?
And you guys are tripping that people do something illegally, and that since I have a problem with it, I understand how vigorous a naturalization process is. Somehow I'm out of touch. Like, doesn't make any sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, David, you sound like you're completely lost, bro, and I gotta move it on. We tried, but unfortunately the lake of fire awaits. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send David straight to the bottom of the lake of fire. He's completely gone.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Y'all saw that? Y'all heard that? Y'all see? We went above and beyond with him, right? Nutty in April.
So I'm saddened by that. Actually, I'm saddened by that because the young brother, he's 28 years old. He's an immigrant himself. He stated that he knew exactly what Donald Trump was saying, but yet he still wanted to risk it. When it puts his family members at risk, it puts himself at risk.
Yeah.
I'm saddened by that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saddened by it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It
but thank you
doesn't
for
make
letting.
any sense.
No, thank you for
He's
letting me up.
okay with a president
You're
being
welcome, Nutty.
a convicted felon. He's okay with the president being, illegal. But it makes no sense.
Makes no
Poor
sense.
fella. I hope he opens his eyes one day and sees
Or
that they're not the enemy. And that's all it's gonna take.
well, April, listen, I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. W April in the chat too. Her and Nutty did
Thank
an
you, dear.
outstanding job. I don't get to talk to you often, April, because we're both super busy. But listen, you came right when we needed you. All right, you can't get any better than that. All right.
Thank you,
W
dear.
April in the chat. All right, all right, all right. Let's bring up my next panelist. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we have a lot of folks in here that think just like David, and I don't get what they're going on. Wait a second. Oh, the host is conditioning his gang members. Oh, Liberty, please send Big Zeus a guest request. Hi, Texas.
What's
What
up,
can I help you?
Zeus?
What can I help you with, if you don't mind? Did
Oh
you?
man, I was just scrolling by and seeing your shows, so I stopped
Uh
in
huh.
to see, and then the only immigrant on your whole panel, you just wouldn't listen to anything that he said, and so
Oh, so you believe he's an immigrant?
I mean, he's a family of immigrants.
No, no, no. I'm glad. No, ladies and gentlemen, W Texas in the chat. That's what I wanted you to do. You literally helped him understand how you see him because he thinks he's here legally. So, Texas, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I got to give Texas, thank you so much. That's all I needed you to do, bro. Thank you so much, East Texas. You see that, David? You're not a citizen. You're not a citizen. You are illegal. And that's how a lot of us see you in this live. And these are based on your own words, and not just your words, but what you also gave us about your family. You said from the Dominican and you're from Nigeria. Yeah. Good luck trying to convince people you belong here legally. Thank you, East Texas. I know you're a Trump supporter, but you and I agree on that. Let's go to the next guest. All right, I saw Liberty. Liberty, where did you go? Because you said something in the chat, and I wanted to make sure that you knew who you were talking to and what you were saying. So, Liberty, if you don't mind, please send Big Zeus a guest request, and I'll bring you right up here. We'll drill, baby, drill. We'll lower your taxes, and we'll pay down your debt. All right, because that's what we're all about. Liberty, please come on up here if you don't mind. Liberty, I just sent you a guest request, and don't worry, I don't. Well, I could, but I'm not. I'm not going to bite today. At least I don't think I have to. But Liberty, please come up here. You said something about me and my. You were trying to link. You were trying to link me to organized. You know what? Right? Texas tried to be smart and run his mouth. Yeah, Q Dog, you're right. Liberty, you got real quiet. Liberty, the host. Oh, this. Okay, this host. No, yeah, Liberty, come on up here. I'd hate to have to ask my mods to put you in a straitjacket. Because when people comment and then they don't come up and put a little meat on the bones, we just assume it's a Russian bot. And I don't need Russian bots polluting my chat. So, mods, I invited Liberty up. I'm going to invite Liberty up once again. And if Liberty doesn't come up, you know what to do. Put her in a straight jacket. Go ahead and put Liberty in a straight jacket. Liberty, that's what I thought. If anything, Liberty, you know what you need to do? You need to go ahead and work on yourself and try to become a better human being. But Liberty, guess what? I don't even need you to get up here to do this. I'm going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw Liberty into the lake of fire. Let's warm it up, Liberty. All right, this is for you. All right, yeah. You know what we got to do. Liberty is a Russian bot who comes in here spewing hatred and racism, fully possessed with the MAGA demon. The Jesus said on the cross, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I won't say that. I say Liberty deserves it. Let's send her straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Hey, Liberty, let me be honest. I didn't play it at the top of the show, but a lot of you don't like the way I run my broadcast, Liberty. Well, if you don't like how Zeus runs his broadcast, do what your cult leader says do.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Exactly. So Liberty, that straight jacket, just let it sit on you for a quick second, and eventually you'll understand that the real person that's affiliated with that kind of activity is you. You're in a cult, Liberty. Get help. All right, if you are a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. And I'll bring you right on up. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right up. Don't worry, we'll drill, baby, drill. We'll lower your taxes and we'll pay down your debt. All right, no, East Texas, don't worry, bro. We've already dealt with you, and you did a great thing letting the previous guest know that you don't see him as an American, you see him as an immigrant. Who do we have here? All right, Warren Jenkins. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I have a hard time understanding what you guys are fighting for Democrats for. America has spoken. If you would have saw Dr. Phil yesterday, how all these illegal immigrants are coming over and a lot of terrorists are on this watch group, and for you to support these Democrats destroying the border and all the fentanyl, I mean, it's embarrassing. I'm
Warren,
watching you guys and I'm shaking my head. And I'm
Warren,
an
what part of
African
the country?
American.
You're okay. You're an African American. Okay, I believe that. Yeah, right. Turn your camera on. Let me see. Oh, you can't do that either. So how about this, Warren? I know what you're up here to do. The devil sent you up here to talk to Big Zeus, huh? You woke up today and you felt like you had a bright idea. That MAGA demon really has done a number on you. You
He
are
doesn't do a
you're
number
as
on
far
me.
as I'm
People don't
concerned.
vote for Trump. They vote
Warren,
for Republican policies. That's one thing you guys will
what's your
never
favorite?
understand.
What's your favorite
People don't
rap
agree
album?
with
What's your
open
favorite
borders
rap
and high
album,
crime.
Warren? Warren, what's your
You have
favorite
no
rap?
clue.
What's your favorite rap album?
What's my favorite rap album? I go back to LL Cool J.
What?
Mama said knock you out, and I'm
Okay,
bad.
that's the last one.
What do you mean the last
That's the
one?
last rapper
I'm
you've listened to.
Motown. I'm Smokey Robinson. I'm Shalimar. I mean,
That's
I
what I
love all
thought.
the dance music.
Okay, yeah, okay. I
Do you
just
know
had
who
to test. I
Shalimar
just
Earth, Wind and Fire is?
yeah. I do,
Who
but
Joey Watley
I
come
just
out of
wanted
there?
to I just
I
wanted
mean,
to see
I'm in the Motown.
how into the culture you were. But apparently you're so disconnected. I mean,
What do
you're
you mean
so
disconnected? Because
disconnected,
I
bro.
don't
Now,
think
so let me get into
I don't
this.
vote identity. I don't
Let
vote
me get
Democrat
into
because
this.
I'm
Let me get
black.
into this. Warren, you can write Warren Jenkins on your profile and pretend you're black. I identify as
It
black
doesn't
all
matter
you
if I'm
want
black
to,
or not.
but
I
you're
don't have to
not.
convince
You
you.
don't. I
What
don't
does
buy
black have
that.
to do with anything? Oh, you're
You
shocked that
brought
a
it
black
up.
man doesn't vote Democrat?
I gotta set you down because again, you brought up you're black. I didn't ask you. You know, when someone gets in your box and they say I'm black, that means you're not black, and you can call yourself Warren Jenkins, and I'm not gonna fall for that. All right, now what I need you to understand is something very, very simple. What we're here to do is help folks like you understand what's coming your way, Mr. Jenkins, or whatever you want to call yourself. All right. So I'm going to ask you to unmute. Uh, and I need you to calm down and let's stop playing this identity politics. Okay, because that's how this country got divided the way it is with your little cult leader saying that kind of ridiculous stuff.
See,
I
you
don't
just
need to.
called him a cult leader.
He is.
Because I vote Republican for Republican policies. Trump doesn't know who I am. He doesn't care if I voted for him. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm voting for Republican policies. Just like you're not voting for Biden. If Biden was in there, you'd vote for him too, knowing how bad his dementia
Okay.
was. So you're not voting for Biden. You're voting for Democratic
So you're a
policy.
doctor now?
So quit using
So
that
you're a
Trump. Or you
doctor?
love Trump.
So you're a doctor? You know about Biden's medical condition?
Oh, all right, forget it. He doesn't have dementia.
Okay, thank you. Thank
He's
you for walking
completely
that.
sharp, like Kamala said. He's sharp as a tack. That's what all the leftist media said.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys hate the fact that African Americans are voting Republican because they don't like what's going on. So what you do is you criticize Trump. You do all this identity politics.
No,
and
you're
it's
doing
embarrassing.
it. So let me ask a question. What I get up here and talk about now, since the election has came and went, is inflation, right? And what I'm tying to that is like mass deportations. You know about that?
Yes, and I agree with that.
Blanket tariffs. You know about that? Cuts to Social Security and stuff like that.
Well, one
I
thing you
was
don't
led to
understand about
believe.
tariffs is a
I
lot.
was led to believe Donald Trump was going to bring inflation down. All right. I was led to believe he was going to. We're going to have no more wars. There's going to be peace in the world. The moment he won the election, but it's not looking like that. It's actually looking like things are about to get a lot worse in terms of your pocketbook. So you can play identity politics all you want
That's
with
a
Big
fair
Zeus,
statement.
huh?
I said it's a fair statement. I respect your opinion, but you see,
Thank
you
you.
got to understand. I live in Buffalo, New York, right by the border. My mother was born in Pickering, Ontario. My father's an African American, so I got a lot of family members in Canada. And what Trudeau, that 25% tariffs is just a negotiation point. He's not going to do that. It's just part of negotiation. He's not going to
So
destroy
so so
America.
so you agree if he does it, he's going to destroy America.
I don't think a blanket tariff is. He'll never do it. He didn't do it in
No, but
2020.
you
It's
said
scare
you. I
tactic.
heard what you said. You said he's not going to destroy America, and we were talking about
Because that's
tariffs.
what everybody's saying he's going to
So
do.
so
That's
but
what everybody is saying.
so 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 he is going to do it, all right, especially with China. And there's been Republican businesses who've gone on record and let it be known that if Trump implements these blanket tariffs with Mexico, China, Canada, the cost of things are going to start going up.
I
Which to me,
disagree with that.
okay, well, I
I,
just read a story about a toy maker who had a toy company in Maine. Then it was sent to South Korea, and now it's in China. And toys are going to go from $30 to $45 if these tariffs kick in. And they're already
well,
preparing for that. Businesses aren't paying out bonuses. All right. You heard about Nippon Steel in Pennsylvania. These are people who literally went to his rally and advocated for Trump, said, endorse this guy. And they're going, wow, it's like he punched us in the gut because these blanket tariffs are going to hurt us. It's
well, do
going to
you
hurt the
understand that
consumer.
General Motor makes Silverados and GMC
Yeah, but their
Blazers
parts
in
don't all
Mexico?
come.
And once he tariffs them, these companies are going to come back to America. I mean, you
Okay,
guys
so
actually
we had
believe
that
that Trump is just going
conversation.
to.
We had that
Trump is too.
conversation yesterday, Mr. Jenkins. And how long do you think it'll take to build a company in the United States that was in
There's
Mexico?
plenty of factory space
How
ready to
long?
fly. The
How
Silverados are already being produced in Fort Wayne,
how
Indiana.
long? How
They
long?
could increase
How
production.
long, sir? You got to get all the permits. You got to get the employees hired and stuff like that. How long will it take? And do you think that that cost that it's going to take to move, you don't think they're going to have to figure out a way to get that cost reimbursed somehow by
Nope.
passing it on? So,
Fort Wayne, Indiana has a Silverado
yeah,
manufacturing plant. They'll kick on third shift. Boom. You got plenty of ample space to just bang these automobiles out. It almost
yeah,
sounds like you're supporting Mexico building American. That's why I'm a UAW member. And us UAW members, 70% of us supported Trump. But Sean Fain, which is part of the establishment, wanted a Democrat because he wanted a job.
but Jenkins. So whether you like what I'm saying or not, Democrat or not, these are real things that are going to
I
happen in
respect
order for him to pull
I
it off.
respect your opinion.
Yeah, and
One thing
so
I
and so
appreciate your podcast too. I mean, you're getting out and debate. I mean, you've been respectful to me. I'm respectful to you. I think what you're doing is great. I just don't like cutting
but
people down. You really hasn't. What you did with David, your valid points, and I
yeah,
respect what you're
I don't
doing.
like the identity politics, but
Yeah, I agree. Me
I
too.
want to get to the issues. Egg prices, they're not going to come down when he gets in the office. My utility bill is not going to get cut in half. And you know he was promising capping credit card interest rates at 10%. These are things Donald Trump promised.
Yeah, I
And
voted for
and
Obama twice, and I agree with a lot what you're saying, and
but
I just
why did
think
you
you got to
vote
give
for
Trump a chance.
so why did you vote for Donald Trump? And this is the real thing that this is really what grinds my gears. You knew how dangerous he was because he was president before. You had everything to look at him and say whether or not he's a good president or not. You know
Want
he
to know
got
why I
you,
voted for Donald Trump?
yeah, he
Because
got
everything he
impeached
said.
twice. Wait a minute, he got impeached twice. He lied to Americans about the results of the dangers of the pandemic, the
No, he
economy.
didn't.
The You don't remember all the lies he told during the
No, he
pandemic?
didn't. No. And are you going to say right now Fauci didn't? It's not lies when you're dealing with something that hasn't been. oh, Uh, COVID. It was
He said it
never.
will be gone by
It never
summer.
happened before. So even Fauci says You don't have to wear a mask. Masks are gonna, the shot's gonna cure it. They don't know. It's new. When something's new,
Did
you
you
don't know.
remember when
You
he
learn
said
from
it's
it.
going to be gone by summer?
I
Hit the
mean,
body with hit the body with a light and
so when a
inject
football player
disinfectant.
goes in a halftime, a football coach and says, "We're going to win this game," but they don't win. You don't know. You're
But
trying to pump somebody up.
Jenkins, there's an article out there. You can type it up. Donald Trump lied over 30,000 times. You can go look this up on the internet while in office.
I mean, come on now.
Now, I haven't even gotten into. So we talked about the impeachments, right? That's only happened 4 times in American history. He's gotten 2 of them. That's
because they
crazy.
weaponized. That's one of the reasons. One of the strongest reasons why I voted for Trump, because they weaponized justice system, and you know it. This man was
Do you
not a
feel
criminal
that
until he ran against. In fact, he wasn't
he was a
racist
criminal?
until he ran against Democrats. I
No,
mean,
wrong.
the man endorsed Jesse Jackson,
No,
but yet
no.
these leftists want to believe that he's
David, there
racist.
you go again. There you go again doing that identity stuff. You see how I didn't do that?
Because you're saying that a man's a criminal, a man's this, a man's that.
Well, I have a person on this
Can I
app.
ask you a serious question? I want a serious question. If you don't mind me asking you a question. They're missing 20 million votes. These mail-in votes, you think, honestly, Trump's been saying the election in 2020 was rigged with all these mail-in votes, with people just having blank mail-in votes, millions of them. So you're trying to tell me that they're missing 20 million votes, 20 million people didn't vote this election? I want to
So,
hear what your opinion on that
okay,
is.
so if you believe that 20 million votes are missing, you also then believe Kamala won because those 20 million would have went to her. So
20 million people all voting Democrat in the middle of the night would have went to her. Yeah, if they
so
weren't,
you believe
the
Kamala
drop
really won
boxes
the
weren't being
election. So you believe
videotaped, they would have done it
so
again.
you really believe Kamala won the election this one.
No, she would
So
have won if they weren't scared to cheat because they got called out in the Capitol riot. They were under so much scrutiny for cheating the first time. They were being watched that they were like they didn't want to risk it.
so you
Where are these
believe
20 million votes at? You
so
didn't answer where these 20 million votes are.
I'm just trying to process what you're saying. You
They
believe this
cheated in
do
2020 in
you
the middle of the
believe
night by
so
putting 20 million votes out there,
David, I mean,
all
shoot.
Democrat in the middle of the night.
Warren, slow down. You believe this election was safe and secure.
No, I think they still tried to cheat this election because that's Democrats can't win without cheating. Or
So
trying to get
so
the
you
African
believe
American
both
vote.
elections. You believe the 2020 and the 2024 election was rigged.
There's a lot of. I'm sure there's a lot of votes for Democrats that were dead people and vice
Okay,
versa.
so David, not David. Shoot, I gotta quit saying that.
Warren.
Warren. Donald Trump during the election on the night said there's some cheating going on in Pennsylvania. You remember that post?
Yeah, I know what was going on.
Yeah. Why
A lot
hasn't
of
he said
people
a thing
spitting
about
out
it? Why hasn't
ballots.
he? Wait a second. Why hasn't he said a thing about it?
What do you mean he has said a thing about it? He already did.
No, he's been real quiet ever since he won. So if there
Trust
is
me,
cheating,
when he
you
gets
remember
in there,
the
he's
threats?
gonna
You remember the
investigate
threats
this.
that were coming into Georgia? Their bomb threats. I got to keep it clean. Oh, I got to do it again. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I had to drop them for some strange reason. We got flagged, ladies and gentlemen. Warren, you sound like a good person, but unfortunately, it's the lies, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the previous guest. Warren, a round of booze and shame. Where are we at, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my goodness. What a world we live in.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
You guys got to get up here and tell the truth. Oh my goodness. We got to tell the truth. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Let's bring up the next guest. I'm trying to go through as many as I can and hopefully get out of here. Yes, we do got to be careful.
Hey.
In one piece. Hi, Shay. How are you?
Hey, good. Good morning, everyone. Wow. I think, what's so hard to have discussions with everyone is they misconstrue what we are standing for and what we're trying to say.
Thank you.
We are not saying we want open borders. We are not saying that we don't believe in secure immigration or immigration period. We are not saying that people shouldn't come here the right way. We have never said this out of our mouths, ever. But yet you continually come up and gaslight us completely and say that this is what we want, this is what we're doing, when we're sitting here trying to educate you to the narrative the white supremacist dog whistle narratives coming from the alt-right that you're not willing to listen to. We're trying to alert you to the fascist rhetoric that is happening in front of your eyes. We tried to tell you about 2025. We've warned you about Stephen Miller. We've warned you about, and they've come out and said it, Tucker Carlson, and so many of them have come out and said about the replacement theory. I mean, we have heard this rhetoric for years about the browning of this nation, about the lessening of the white people in this nation. And so this is why they say what they say about the border and about the quote unquote illegals, right? This is really what the narrative is that we're fighting against, that this is dangerous. There are going to be a lot of innocent brown skinned people pulled over and taken out and sent somewhere they've never known, don't speak the language. There's going to be a lot of upsetness. When you say absolute mass deportations, no matter what, then you throw in, oh, by the way, we'll get rid of birthright citizenship. What do you think this means, guys?
Use your minds.
This is what we're trying to warn you about. We understand people should come here the right way. We want everyone to do it the right way. We want everything to be perfect and copacetic and rainbows and unicorns, but it's just not how it is because people have a complete, it's very expensive and very time consuming to get here. And so David's family, that's great that they did it the right way. It's great that they have been helping other family members, but they have resources to do such a thing. And David's not even understanding this.
Yeah.
And he comes from a source of quote unquote privilege. There are people that don't have the resources, they don't have the family members here to help them financially to get here to do it the quote unquote right way. That's what you guys don't understand. None of us want open borders. We've never said that. We've never said that.
Nope.
But you believe in the rhetoric that Biden said, open the floodgates, you're welcome to come in. We don't want, it's not, he's never said that. He has absolutely
Big
been
Jake,
part
send
of
a guest
deporting
request.
people. Yeah.
Good morning. Oh, Steven, you disappeared. Steven, you were saying something in the chat, bro. If you don't mind, I need you to come on up here and put a little meat on the bone. All right, Steven. Hello, Rio. Yeah. Because
we don't have open borders. Y'all try to go down to Mexico and forget your ID and see how easy it is to get back across. Seriously, try it. I'll double dog dare you. See how easy it is to swim across the Rio Grande and see if you can get over the border without your ID or passport.
Yeah.
Go ahead and work it out. See how open it is. It's not open, people. It's not wide open.
But this is the issue.
East Texas. Lee, I'd love to see you try it. Get out of your little cabin in East Texas and go down to the border without your ID. Now, because of your accent and stuff like that, they're probably, yeah, that boy's Texan. But regardless, a lot of people, it's not easy to do. You'd have to call the embassy. You'd have to get your passport sent to you. They're not going to just sit there and go, oh, okay, yeah, come on in. Nobody's doing that. Lee, go try it.
Yeah, I mean, Shay, the problem here that I see is a lot of these folks, they're going off of emotion. They have no clue what the heck they're talking about. And their favorite talking point is blame the Democrats, as if there aren't any Republican business owners profiting off of the people coming into this country. I could play something. Should I play it?
Oh, sure. Yeah, mules do it every day because there's money involved, Lee. But you're not a mule last time I heard. Maybe you are. I don't know.
Yeah, so what do we have? GOP candidate Larson admits in an audio to hiring, quote, illegals and is also calling for immigration reform. In an audio recording obtained by the Nevada Independent, Republican congressional candidate Fleming Larson said he employs undocumented immigrants at his California restaurants, referring to his employees as illegal. What do you think about that, Shay? Let's see if we can give it a dose.
Nobody Nobody's surprised.
Oh, the audio's not so good.
16-year-old and a 34-year-old.
The audio's just terrible. But with that being said, what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we all know this. This happened. What I don't understand is the conservatives in here. Reagan started this. Reagan was the one that gave amnesty to 11 million, what you call illegals, 11 million in the 80s. He's the one that did this. So then our country and our economy was set up on cheaper labor, right? And stop calling it slavery because it's an ignorant statement you guys keep talking about.
Yep.
Slavery, they didn't get paid, remember? Hello?
Exactly.
So it's cheaper labor. And so there's a lot of industries that are based upon cheaper labor thanks to Reagan. Because many Republicans, right? Many conservatives, many wealthy people who run large hotels, large landscaping, large construction companies, et cetera, rely on cheaper labor. That is just the facts of it. And so you're going to have, and I'll agree with you, I think both sides fight to fix this thing.
Thank you.
And you're caught up in the narratives. And 15 million, wrong, Guerrilla Radio. It's about 2.5 million.
Thank you. Now, Taurus, good morning.
Good morning.
Uh, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yep.
Okay, well, what are you doing? I hear music in the background. Are
Oh, I'm
you
just
dan-
cooking.
you dancing with somebody?
No, I'm
It's
just
too early
cooking.
for that.
I'm
Oh, you're
cooking
cooking?
dinner. What are you doing
What,
besides
what
sitting on TikTok?
what are you cooking dinner? How are you cooking dinner?
I'm making a vegetable beef stew.
You're getting it in the crock pot?
No, I'm cooking it on the old-fashioned way, the
Oh,
stove.
okay, in the stove. Yeah,
Who are
so
you
it has
cooking it
hours.
for? Who are you
A
cooking?
family of 5.
Very nice.
Okay, and what part
It
of the
is stew
country?
weather. I like beef stew.
What part of the country are you in?
New York.
New York. And why did you vote for Donald Trump? You've heard what we've been saying, and I know deep down inside you agree with us, but you're probably behind enemy lines and you're compromised.
I'm not compromised. I voted for him just for that, for safety of America. Um, Venezuela has sent their prisoners here, which is true because DHS has already come forward and said that.
You trust them? You trust DHS now?
Do I trust DHS? They come forward and said it.
They've said a
They
lot of
have
other
to.
things.
You're okay with Merrick Garland now? Not Merrick Garland, what's his face? Mayorkas.
Yeah.
Mayorkas? No, I don't like Mayorkas.
Well, he's head of the DHS, so.
I still don't like him. It doesn't mean I don't,
No, so you're okay if it fits a narrative, then you believe what he says?
I don't believe it's a narrative, especially since there's 1.5 million criminals here that have come over.
That figure is not true. That's wrong. So Taurus, here's the thing. We've been trying to help people like you understand that this is going to end up hurting you financially if Trump moves forward with these mass deportations. Are you okay with your grocery prices? Isn't grocery a wonderful word?
Groceries is a great word.
Isn't it? Are you okay with your grocery prices going up 15 or 20%?
Okay, so you're
in order to feel safe?
So you're okay with paying people cheaper labor so you could eat cheaper. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying to you, if you do what he said, then the cost of living is going to go up. Which to me, you make food cost more. That's a direct attack, I guess, to my safety.
Well,
right, because you need food to eat.
I understand that, but
you're making beef,
people,
huh?
So are you okay paying people less so you can eat?
Let me put it to you this way.
Just a question.
I am a person of practical means. All right. If we got two options to pay for something, I'm probably going to pay for whatever's cheaper or more affordable is the term. Correct?
Okay.
And I recognize that, you know what? in this country, we have a system in place that when I go to the grocery store and I, let's say, buy some strawberries, I understand that in order for me to get it at that price, somebody had to do this labor at a very affordable rate, and it wasn't me. So I understand that, and you know what? I was given this world. I didn't make it. This is just how it was given to me. Now, would I prefer things to be different? Absolutely. That's why I'm a Democrat. All right, but in the meantime and in between time, what I understand is Donald Trump said he's going to bring the cost of living down once he gets into office.
Okay.
But you and I also know that if he does this, it's not going to go down. It's going to go up.
Okay. But I'm just saying, are you okay with paying less to to offer these people? Are you okay with that?
No,
Are you
the system
okay?
is no, Taurus. We're not. You've asked this question like 4 times.
Well, he hasn't
We're
answered
not
it.
because it's not the point. We
It is the
understand
point.
that. No, that's not the
I think I
point.
kind of
The
answered
point
it.
is that is costing us so far $150 billion for migrants to be here
That's
and counting. And
No,
counting.
no. Where'd you get those figures?
60 billion. I don't know.
Google.
You just
Yeah.
like.
So you trust Google now? So because like Google said a lot of other things that I could share with you.
Yeah, and it actually was on the news actually for more. They said 450, but I'm going to go with 150 because the news isn't always right.
Sure. Let's just throw out numbers. That sounds great.
Exactly.
Okay, but Taurus, here's the thing. I'll answer your question. I enjoy getting whatever I get at an affordable price, and from the way that I understand it, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. The people doing the work, they're not complaining about those wages, right? A lot of them, this is what they do, and they're doing it at a rate that's a lot less than what most Americans would do. So if they're okay with it, and the businesses are doing what they're doing, then as far as I'm concerned, as a person that doesn't have millions and millions of dollars sitting in a closet somewhere that I could just continue to go out and use and spend all willy-nilly, then leave it the way it is. Why do I got to spend $20 for a carton of strawberries when I was getting it for $8? And if your solution to this is, well, I just need to feel safe at night when I go to bed, I'm going to help you understand it's not like crime is going to stop once you do this. Because a lot of the crime being committed in this country isn't being committed by them.
Okay,
No,
I got what you're saying. It's not like crime is going to stop, right? I've heard that. I heard that from Mitchie for Change. She used to say that to me. It doesn't mean that Grape wouldn't have happened to Lake and Riley if the migrants aren't here, right?
Ma'am, I'm talking about my grocery prices.
So many women that have horrible things that happen to them. Right now, a woman's being assaulted, Taurus.
I understand that.
It's not about whether the person was here or not here. We all agree what happened to Lake and Riley is horrible.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you go over to, say, New York City, grab a few migrants and house them in your house to be safe?
I've heard that before. It's not the same. We've heard that before. Bringing people over is not changing your.
Get an answer. Why?
Taurus.
I don't need to.
No, because you would fear that they would do something to you in your home.
First of all, that is not true. Would not be the reason I wouldn't house anybody in my house.
Then why wouldn't you? Would you house your friend if they needed a home?
Well, yeah, temporarily. Sure.
There you go.
The Taurus.
I don't need to. You guys think that we're on this savior thing, like, oh, we have to go save the world and all these poor innocent people. That's not what it's about.
Well, you're not saving the world by giving them $5 an hour. You're not saving them.
$5 an hour.
Taurus, can I come back to earth on that statement you made? When people come over to your house, their immigration status isn't changing. So please, let's stop using that analogy. It's terrible. It sounded good, but it doesn't translate to what's really happening.
Would you go to New York City and pay for them to become legal?
You're not talking.
Would you sponsor a
Doris,
migrant to
I live
become
in
legal.
Houston, Texas, honey. I live. This is supposedly
so in
happening in my
Texas,
But I go to
backyard.
New York.
Why am I
sponsor
coming to
someone.
New York in
No.
the first place?
Okay, so would you sponsor someone, pay for them to get a lawyer so they
Taurus,
can become legal?
Taurus, let me stop.
Yeah,
Taurus,
if I
Taurus,
could,
let
I
me stop
would.
you there. Let me stop you. I'm all about not
Nobody's
spending.
asking me for it.
I'm all about not spending any extra money, Taurus. So don't ask me to spend a crying dime. The issue I have here, Taurus, is you're trying to convince me that in exchange to feel safe, my groceries have to cost a lot more. And I want you to know it's a no deal with me. You ever seen
You'd
Shark Tank?
rather be off
Taurus,
someone's back for $5, $6,
Taurus, I'm not
$10
out
an
there.
hour.
Listen,
Why do
So
I
you
not
don't
feel
have to
unsafe?
pay. So
Why
you
do I
don't
not
have to
feel
pay higher
unsafe
grocery
living in the
bills.
city I live in? I don't feel unsafe.
it's the egg prices, Taurus.
I don't care about the egg prices.
Made
Oh,
up fear price.
See, I never went off the egg prices.
oh, wow.
This was never about grocery prices.
Oh,
But
wow.
it has been. Bring up Snuggles. That's all he talked about.
Well, that's not okay.
Whoa,
So
It's
that's
never
what
been
prices.
about
that's what makes
groceries.
America
It's
great.
grocery prices.
Like I don't have to agree with Snuggles, and I don't have to agree with Zeus. I agree with myself. I don't care what groceries are costing me.
Oh, I don't
Why?
buy that.
Because
I don't.
Safe in New
work.
York, and I don't
buy
feel
that at all.
unsafe
I don't
in
buy
New
it. See,
York.
now,
To pay for my 5 people that live
How
in
are
this
you
house.
unsafe? How are you feeling unsafe? That's what I don't understand. Is something happening here?
Did I say I felt unsafe?
Yes, you have.
When did I say that?
You have said that. Would you feel?
I don't
feel
buy-
safe in my country
the
again.
president's job, part of the president's job is to keep America safe.
Okay, but ma'am, my egg prices.
I don't care
It's
about
a
your
no. It's a direct attack on my ability to
You think
eat.
Trump will keep us safe? That's hysterical.
Well, if he's deporting criminals and terrorists, yeah, I think
Criminals are always getting deported, Taurus. They're
Taurus,
always deported.
I am getting really
not
worked
if
up,
they're
Taurus.
not caught, they're not deported.
Taurus,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
getting.
So how do you know they're criminals if they're not caught? Like, how do you know this?
Well, that's what we have Homer for, don't we? To have him go find them.
Do you know that the amount of illegals, because that's what y'all call them, is you don't seem to understand it the other way. Do you know that the amount of illegals that commit crime, what the rates are? Because
Yes, I know all about it. I've heard it all.
yeah. They don't because they don't want to get caught. Therefore, they're not because they don't want to.
Well,
That's what
actually,
doesn't make
they've
any
already
sense. You
committed
guys
a
make them
crime.
out to be all these criminals. They're not.
They were told if they do not leave and they are caught, that
That
they
part.
cannot come back into this
That's a
country
good point,
for 20
Rick.
years.
Hey,
Yeah.
Taurus.
Because that is a crime.
Taurus. This listen. Someone in the chat brought up a very good point. You have a problem with people being criminals, but Trump is a felon.
He's not a convicted felon. There is no judgment set.
So
There's no
okay, but you know what I
sentence
do
set,
with
there's
that?
nothing.
Lakin Riley, you know the person that was responsible for that. You're saying that prior to the conviction, you were cheering him on?
Was I cheering him on?
Yeah, before the conviction, you were cheering him on when they detained him and had all of this stuff. You were basically advocating that they let him go because he hadn't been convicted, then, right?
Convicted of a white collar crime.
No. So now, so the logic goes right out the window.
Make a white collar crime that the jury just
So
decided.
listen.
In New York City, a blue
Okay, the
state.
person, Luigi
Donald Trump
Maggi.
assaulted a woman in a dressing room.
That's
What
false.
What about Luigi Maggioni?
That's
You know who
false.
Luigi?
E.G. Carroll.
Wait, Taurus,
Oh,
Taurus,
please.
Taurus,
Just like
Seven
what's his
men of
face?
graping
Taurus,
her.
Taurus,
E.G.
Luigi.
Carroll's accused 7
Taurus.
men of graping her.
Taurus,
7.
Taurus,
Not what the jury
Taurus. This person, the
It's a
unalived
civil suit, not a criminal.
Taurus.
He's
Have you
still
heard about Luigi
guilty.
Maggioni? Have you heard about him?
Yes.
Is he guilty?
If he pew-pewed him, then yes, he's guilty.
Wait. No, but right now he hasn't been convicted.
Hasn't even gone through the trial process.
So what you should be doing is saying it's a two-tier justice system, right?
If he is,
No, don't do the if. Don't do the if. Just admit
because
he's innocent.
it might not even be him.
So go for it. Finish saying what you gotta say.
It might not even be him.
So he's not guilty.
He's not guilty until proven innocent.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay. So why do they have him detained?
Why do they have him? Because someone called him in.
So, but he's innocent.
Right. And?
So you see how this works.
Because he has a hearing in front of a judge.
That's a good one. Is OJ guilty?
If he can
Is
get
OJ
out.
guilty?
Was OJ guilty? Well, according to them, they just said they found recordings that he said he was. So I don't know.
But he was found innocent.
He was found innocent.
Tell him, Shay.
Like
This
he said it on tape
Taurus,
that he
you
was
just
supposedly. So that just came out.
Taurus. Do you hear what you sound like? You're picking and choosing. If we stick to your logic, you have to walk away and say OJ is innocent.
I don't have to.
OJ was found innocent. Would you have gone and gotten him and put him up when he was going through hard times in your house?
He was also arrested for another crime. So there you go.
Donald Trump was indicted, fingerprinted, mugshot.
And what does that mean? So if you go out and
times.
you are arrested for something you didn't do, they still give you a mugshot. They still fingerprint you.
Yeah. So didn't that make Trump guilty now?
That does not make him guilty. Congress already said it. You have to be sentenced and sentenced
But
by
you don't.
the
But
judge
listen, OJ
in
was
order to
found
be a
innocent.
convicted
Listen,
felon.
OJ was
They are
found
lawyers.
innocent. Listen, OJ was found innocent, and you say I don't know if he is or not because I heard a tape. That contradicts exactly what you said.
I said they have a tape that says that he said that he did it, but
It
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
know.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't say it does matter. It doesn't matter because he.
Then just say OJ is innocent for all of us on TikTok.
What? OJ's innocent as far as I'm concerned until they prove him guilty.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
he's
Then.
dead now, so that's not
Well. To me, the fact that you just weren't able to admit that right away because you still had that.
I
Little
did. I
concern,
said he wasn't found guilty, and he
Okay.
wasn't.
Okay, but you know what it is. So
Yeah,
you don't go.
everybody knows. Yeah.
You can't pretend like you don't know what it is. So
No,
let's not
because
pretend
the
like Donald
judge
Trump
also
isn't a
came
criminal.
forward and said that they found him not guilty because
Now-
the juror was of color, and she said we weren't
No,
finding.
now let's get back to your daddy real
and
quick.
you know that's true because you're trying to change the subject.
No. I just want to get back to your daddy. So you were talking about E. Jean Carroll, and that he was found liable, right, Shay?
Yeah. By a jury of his peers.
What else do we
They
need to
believed
do?
her. They believed her.
There's a
That's what
difference
that
between
means.
civil court and criminal court.
Right. He was held liable. That's why I said liable instead of guilty.
Right. So there is no guilt.
And the judge, and they said it was
Oh,
digital.
it's a
It was
civil
digital grape.
terminology.
It was
It's
digital
civil.
grape. He did. So Taurus,
She also accused 7 other men of raping her.
it don't matter.
Maybe she got raped by 7 men.
No evidence. Zero. Zippo
So you're saying that the ruling in the court doesn't stand, in your opinion?
No, not in my opinion at all. When you read the court documents
I know.
and
He's
read her
he's
book,
such a
it
good
does
guy.
not.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Taurus,
What evidence does she have? Did she cut
Taurus,
her word against his word?
Taurus,
That's all.
Taurus.
The
This
jury
is why.
believed her word.
This is why.
Again, New York City.
Taurus,
Shocker.
Taurus. This is why a
Jury
lot
of
of
your peers doesn't depend on your political leaning.
Oh, sure
lady.
it does. That's why they try
That's
to
not what it
change
says in the
her- that's-
Constitution.
That's
Not what
why
it
they
says. The
try
jury
to
of your
change.
peers. Have you
George,
read
just-
Amendment 6? Have you read it at all?
Do you ever hear of people moving their case out of state because they can't get a fair trial? Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I've heard of
Okay,
that.
then there you go.
Yes.
And they
All
wouldn't
right.
allow that.
Taurus.
Right.
Taurus.
Right. Because
Taurus.
it's politics, right?
No,
So
because
Taurus,
it's not
I gotta
that
get
it's
you back on
politics.
track,
Like,
So
Taurus.
Democrats can't be fair.
Jesus
Is that
Christ.
what you're saying? So
Okay,
Democrats
so
can't be
when
fair.
the judge, let me ask you a question. When the judge, right, he decides, okay, I'm dropping and dismissing that entire case for the hush money. Will you all just stop about how he's a felon, even though he's
No.
not a felon?
No.
There you go. There you go. Because the
Taurus.
judge has to dismiss it. Technically, he has to dismiss it.
So until the judge dismisses it, will
Have
you
you
say
guys
he's a
voted
felon?
No, because there's no judgment in place. There's no
Listen.
judgment.
So
The
you want
judge
us to
has
do all the
last
compromising.
ruling.
You want us to do the compromising, but you're not willing to
No,
compromise
because
yourself.
I know how the law works. The judge has to make the last ruling. The judge can dismiss the case. The judge can do a mistrial. The judge can give him a sentence. So until any of those 3 happen, he's not a convicted felon. I know how the court system works.
Listen, no, you don't. Number
Yes, I
one,
do.
no, you don't. So
Yes,
so let me get this straight, Taurus. You
Yes.
don't care how much my groceries cost, as long as your daddy gets to walk free.
I have not, that's not what I said. Now you're just
No,
twisting
but
my
I'm putting
words.
because
Twisting words. I didn't say that. I said there are other reasons why I voted for Trump, not just
no,
the border.
but all that's tied to you feeling safe, and obviously you're alive right now with the border being open or was open. So I don't buy it was a safety concern because you're still here.
Seuss,
And you're cooking beef stew,
do you have
right?
children?
No, I do not. And let's not go there. You're
Okay.
cooking beef
So
stew on
if you had
TikTok.
a
You're safe.
child, just say, okay? And that child, just say, went to college in New
She
York
doesn't
City.
care about my pocketbook.
Well, I mean, I don't care about your pocketbook.
This is
Look
what
at
this
another,
whole
as far
election
as
was
I'm
about.
concerned, there are plenty of jobs out there, according to the Democrats. There's all kinds of jobs. We've created jobs. Go get another job. I have 2. Sometimes I work 3 just to feed my family.
What are those 3 jobs?
None of your business.
So it's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
Just give me the areas that they're in.
Legal. And I do cold calling. And I babysit.
Okay.
See, there you go.
Okay. And so what you're saying is I need to do that in order to live in this country, because apparently you don't care about the price of eggs, strawberries, bacon,
Well, you could always get some
hamburgers.
You can
And
get
so
some
I got to spend an extra $4,000 to $5,000 a year just to help you feel safe.
No, you can get some chicken. You can get yourself a little greenhouse to make yourself some vegetables. Where do you live? California, isn't
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Right. So you can get yourself a greenhouse. You get yourself a chicken. You'll be good.
Yeah, get a chicken, honey.
Wow.
I got
That'll solve
friends
all
that
your
got
problems,
I
man.
got friends that have chickens.
And you know, Taurus, this is why this whole country is going towards a 1929 style depression, because I don't know where you live
don't
at,
live-
but a
if
lot
you
of
don't
American,
learn to live
a lot
off
of
the
American.
land, you don't learn, and there is ever
So-
a place when the grocery store closes down, you'll be in a big trouble.
So again, now I got to live off the land. So here we are living in this country. We've survived Donald Trump's failed economy, especially when the pandemic kicked in.
There's no failed
Biden
economy.
brings us back. All right, unemployment's
When Trump
down.
left, the unemployment rate was 6.9%, and that
You got
is
2 jobs. You got 3 jobs under President Biden. W President
Yeah,
Biden.
that's
Look
right.
at her. Thank you. W President Biden. Bringing unemployment down. And now we get to the point where Trump is about to become the next president, and you have Trump supporters saying, I don't care about the price of groceries.
No,
Yeah.
you have me.
All of a
Like,
sudden, y'all don't care about the price of goods. It's
No,
so funny to
I'm
us.
just saying me. I didn't say anybody else. I said me.
No, no, you're not the only one, Taurus. We get
You're
it
the
all
only.
the time.
Okay, so you.
Yeah,
But
we're like,
you're
all of
all.
a sudden,
You guys
the
are
price of goods
okay
doesn't
with
matter.
paying
We
these
won.
people nothing to
It
live
wasn't
here.
ever about the price of goods anyway, Taurus. It never was
We
about
know
it.
exactly what it was
That's
about,
why we
Taurus.
keep calling it out. It was never about
What do you think
the
it's
price
about?
of eggs
What do you
and
think it's
high
about?
rates of stuff.
When
We
I
know what
see
it-
a 13-year-old girl
No, don't-
murdered, right there, that's what
Oh
it's
my
about.
God,
for me.
stop
When
using Lake and Riley. Do you get mad about
I
every
said a
young girl?
13-year-old girl.
You
Lakin
can't.
Riley was 19. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so
When I
there's
see
another.
any
Yeah,
child
yeah.
or
Anybody.
adult
We know what it was about,
mother
Taurus.
of 5
Taurus.
or a 2-year-old,
Any child that is
pew-pewed
murdered
by a
or
migrant.
essayed is a crime. Is
Taurus,
horrible.
I am
Any
so
of it.
disappointed in you. Are you a Christian?
You think none of this is going to happen in the next 4 years? Not one more 13-year-old girl, not one more 19-year-old girl running in a
No,
park. You
that's-
think none of
that's-
this
It's about
is gonna
race.
happen because
A
Donald
lot- It's about
I
race
would-
and misogyny. That's what it's
none of
about.
this is
said
going to
that.
happen?
But we
Think-
don't add to it, is what I'm saying.
Taurus, a lot of people are saying it's about race and misogyny. Ultimately, what's going
Not
on
about race,
in your
not about
world, in
misogyny.
your world,
That's
Taurus,
impossible because,
because
half
you're
my
like-
family is
you
of
you
color.
want no, you want
Any other thing you want
no,
to say?
you want to portray yourself as the damsel in
You're
distress.
voting for that rhetoric, though, Taurus. You may not feel that way personally, but that's what we were just.
Can I ask you a question, Taurus? I forgot to ask you. What do you think about this statement?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Does that sound like somebody you would have around your daughter?
God, stop.
You said
with
you
that.
want- you said
When
you want to
said
feel
that,
safe.
He was like 40. That's for one.
Oh.
And for two, he was just, that's, okay, so you're not from New York. That's just a way a man will say, she's gorgeous. She's pretty. That's it. Like, that's the rhetoric that you guys, like, run on. Oh, my God.
Ooh.
He
Does your
said his
husband talk
adult
about your daughter like that if you have a daughter?
I thought
I
so.
wouldn't be dating my daughter. I don't swing that way.
Well, I said your husband. If he just spoke of your daughter that way, is that okay? Because y'all are in New York.
I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
Does your
Taurus.
husband talk about you like that to his friends? I mean, it's a New York thing, right? Is that this
Does my husband talk about how he'd be dating me?
No.
Your daughter, if you have one.
That
I
right there
have a
said it
daughter.
all, Taurus.
And
Does
that's
he
how I know what he's
talk
talking
about your
about.
boobs and ass to your friends?
Taurus, that said it all to me.
That's how guys talk.
Your daddy can do anything he wants to you and the kids, and you won't have a problem. My grocery prices are going to go up.
Okay, well, get
You
another job besides
you won't
TikTok. I
feel
don't know
you
what he
won't feel
does.
safer in this country once he does the mass deportations. I guarantee you'll in there and you'll start crying about another group of people.
I'm not
Perhaps
saying
you're
I
gonna
never
start
said I
saying you're
don't
gonna
feel
start saying
safe.
people from Nigeria don't make you feel
I
safe,
never
and they
said
need to
that.
go back to where they came from.
There are
That's
other people
I
in this
see
world that don't
Taurus,
feel safe. That there
Taurus,
are people walking around
Taurus.
just in New York City alone who are being raped. Children are
No,
being
no,
touched.
no,
It's not appropriate.
no. Okay, I
We
agree,
are
I
trying
agree,
to
I
We
agree. But
agree.
to limit
Taurus,
this.
we
Taurus.
agree with all that.
But
We get it.
you're not
Okay,
holding
but
your
if you
daddy
agree upon
accountable
this, then why do you want to add to it?
because
Let me ask you that. So your grocery bills are less?
they're doing great
No,
right now. I
they're
wouldn't
not.
trade it for the world.
The
But
brown people from the bottom border, southern border, are not the
this is
cause of these
sad.
problems. It's just not. That's the point.
All this
These
chaos.
aren't the problems. Were the Jews the cause of the financial crisis of Germany
So
after World War One?
you think it's okay to spend all this
Because
money
that's what Hitler
housing?
told them all. That's their problem.
You
We're
are
suffering
okay
because of
with them.
them.
You're okay with us
And
spending
you
all this
bought
money to
right
house
into it,
them,
lady. You bought
feed
right
them.
into it. That's the
Taurus,
You're
problem.
okay
You're
with
buying into the
housing,
fact that you
Taurus,
think that all these
feeding,
people from the southern border
medical,
are causing
cell
you to be
phones.
unsafe.
You're
That's what
okay
you
with that,
believe.
right?
That's what you believe.
Did I just say that? I didn't say any of
Yes, you
that.
did.
I did not say I felt unsafe. Those words never came
no,
out
no,
of my
that's
mouth.
what you said.
I
Yes,
said
you
when it
did.
comes to young girls being pew-pewed, kids being pew-pewed,
Yeah.
people being murdered, people being
Taurus,
Awful.
raped,
Taurus, look at the
that's
chat.
when it's a problem
It
for me.
happened under
Taurus,
Trump.
look at the
too. It
chat. A
Never
lot of
happened
people.
under Trump.
Taurus, a lot of
There was
people in the
one
chat.
girl
Taurus,
that
can you hear
happened.
me? Taurus,
It
Taurus.
happened. And that
I gotta mute her real
Wrong.
quick.
Wrong.
Taurus,
One
I had to
person.
mute you.
Seriously?
A lot of people in the chat are saying that's what you said.
You
I
did.
need
You
you
feel
to
unsafe.
own. I need you to own.
I actually did.
You said that. You need to own it.
I never said I felt unsafe.
Yes, you did.
Those words never came out of my mouth. I said, this is a problem. We don't add to it. You don't add criminals into the country.
They're not all criminals, though, Taurus.
Then they are.
Criminals
Because
you
they
live
all came in
around.
illegally.
You live around native-born Americans that are criminals. It's not the people from the southern border. It's not.
So if it's not, then why
Uh-oh,
is
Shay, where did you go?
and
She
why
said
is
the
it
live
a,
was
why
flagged.
is it a problem that when somebody gets
Shay, where did you go?
she's gone somewhere. She doesn't think it's a problem.
I don't know where
It's
she
not a
went.
problem until it's your family, your children. It's never like if you were a Democrat and it was your
Shay,
child
please, and
that
another.
this
I don't know
happened
where you
to,
went.
you'd be flipping out. You'd be like, this is ridiculous.
Taurus, I brought up my good friend Takesha. I think she might have something to say to you. All right, Takesha, how are you doing? Wow, what a wild
I'm so
show.
confused, Zeus. I'm so confused.
All right, Shay, where
I'm
did you
so
go?
confused because most kids that get touched or raped or molested, it's really by a family member.
Well, I
I
understand
don't know why.
that.
Ma'am, I'm talking.
You know, Zeus, I'm
Ma'am,
tired of you and your
I'm
Democratic
talking.
friends who think that you
I'm
want
talking.
cheap labor. You go
Ma'am,
get
I
cheap
am
labor because that's
talking.
cheap slavery. That's all that is.
I am talking.
Hold on, Taurus, please. This is a show, and we're just trying to.
Slavery is not. You don't get paid for when you're
Okay,
enslaved.
Shay, you're back. Welcome. What happened,
I'm just
Shay?
so
I
confused.
got reported.
Oh, you
I'm
got
so
reported.
confused at this conversation, Shay.
Sorry.
Because I'm trying to figure out why are they blaming the immigrants for all of these things that would still be going on if they were not here.
That part, Takesha, that's exactly what I've been saying this whole time.
I don't care if we give them $1 million. That has nothing to do with what you're going to make. If you working 2 and 3 jobs with a husband, then y'all doing something wrong with y'all finances.
Well,
Because I don't even
when
work.
you live in New York,
baby, I wouldn't care if you lived in California.
Well, if you lived in
Something
New
is
York,
going wrong in your
place.
house with your finances. If you got a whole husband and you working 2 and 3 jobs.
That's right. I got a whole husband. He makes
Something
really good
is
money.
going wrong. You cannot blame the immigrants for you messing up your finances.
It's not my finances. I have no
They
credit
pay
card.
more into the system than you do, so you living off their money.
I highly doubt that. I pay
You're
that.
living off their
W
money
to Keisha
because
in the
they
chat.
pay way
W
more
to
into the
Keisha.
system. They get nothing out of what they pay into. You're living off of them.
W to Keisha. W to Keisha in the chat.
Problem.
Taurus, you're gonna
Saying is you
learn
think
something
that
today.
I'm
Stop
living off
blaming
of
the
anybody.
immigrants for your problems. The reason Donald Trump is in office is because y'all have treated him like he is a god, and you got exactly what you prayed for.
Amen,
But it
Takesha.
definitely ain't gonna be what you need.
That's right.
Trust and believe that. Y'all
Amen.
treated him like he was the only person can fix anything, and that is definitely not true. The man said the other day that he can't even guarantee prices won't go up.
Facts.
You know, Democrats have had the.
Ma'am, I don't want to hear nothing about Democrats and Republicans. We are talking about people.
Amen.
Leave the politics out of it.
Amen. W to Keisha.
Let's
Taurus,
leave
you
the
gonna learn
politics out
something
of it.
today.
Let's not talk about Democrats and
Democrats
Republicans.
have had
Let's
the
talk
presidency
about
for 12
people.
out of the 16 last years.
Ma'am.
What have they fixed?
And look at you. You're cooking
Ma'am.
beef stew right now.
Ma'am.
W Democrats. W Democrats. Takesha, go ahead. Please continue.
12 of the last 24 years. You guys
Ma'am,
don't
cut
do
it
the
out.
math well. You really
Just cut
don't.
it out. You're not concerned about children being mistreated.
She ain't.
Because you wouldn't have put that man back in there.
Amen. W to Keisha. W Rick.
Takesha, that's not true.
Ma'am.
She's cooking.
Ma'am.
That is far.
You might want to
from
check
true.
on that beef stew.
Ma'am.
It's cooking.
Yeah,
Ma'am.
okay. Well, so are you. Okay, go ahead,
Ma'am.
Keisha.
Donald Trump is not the example for anybody that you should be following. He's not the example for children. He's not the example for faithful husbands.
Amen.
He's not the example for people that follow Christ.
Amen.
He's not an example for
I didn't
anybody.
hire him for all those examples.
Amen.
I didn't hire him for examples.
Ma'am.
I hired him to do a job.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Well, he
Amen.
failed miserably, and y'all gave him another shot.
Morals are very important.
He's a president.
Ma'am.
It doesn't matter.
You didn't hire him to get you better to where you were, because the economy he rolled in on that magic carpet was named Obama.
Oh, that's the new rhetoric that you're doing.
It's not rhetoric. If you understood the government, if you didn't Rip Van Winkle yourself through government,
you want to use
if
that?
you did not Rip Van Winkle
when there's a
yourself,
Democratic president,
ma'am,
who
you
has
Rip
the House
Van Winkle
ruling?
yourself through school, if you don't understand government, economic, and civics.
Amen.
You would know that that was not Donald Trump's economy
Amen.
that he rolled in on.
Whose was it?
He
Whose
had
was it?
4 years,
What was the
and
policy?
his
What was the
inflation
policy
rate
that
at
gave
the
him that
end of
economy?
his 4th year was
What was the
1.9%.
policy?
He
What
did
was
not
the
ride
policy?
Obama for
What
4 years.
was the policy that Trump enacted that gave him that economy when he got in office? What was
Amen.
the policy?
God.
Could you say Barack Hussein Obama? W to Keisha in the chat. W to Keisha. Wow.
See, y'all don't know what you're
When
talking
he
about.
left office,
Y'all don't even know how the
inflation was
government works.
1.9%.
That's why they are messing with education to dumb y'all down more than y'all
I
are
guess you
when
need
it
some
comes
more
to how the
education
government
because
works.
what you're saying is wrong.
Ma'am,
No.
ma'am,
The whole time Trump was in office, he ran for 4 years on Obama, right?
Ma'am,
but he left with 1.9% of inflation. Is that what you're saying?
I said y'all start giving him credit for the economy 1 month after he was in office. And I asked you, what was the policy he put in place to give him that great economy?
Please.
What was it?
Gravy cut?
Who?
Who? I know who. I know
Ma'am,
what you're saying, but it doesn't ride
ma'am,
for 4
what is
years,
the
woman.
policy? What is the policy?
Oh my God. I'm not even discussing this with you.
Yeah, I know you're not. I know you're not.
You know you're not because it doesn't last 4
What
years.
was the policy?
Does it? Let me ask you a question. Does it last 4 years? Absolutely
What
not.
was the policy?
Does it last?
not
4
saying
years?
all 4
Yes or
years.
no?
Ma'am,
It
I
don't
said the
last
first
4
2 years. I
He
said
said the first 2 years. He didn't say all the
of
first
Donald
two.
Trump's economy.
So
What
when
was
Trump
the
left
policy
office, his
that gave
inflation
him that
was
economy?
1.9%. His unemployment rate was 6.9. Even
You're
with
not
COVID.
giving me the policy.
Okay? Even
What was
with
the
COVID.
policy that gave it to him?
I don't have to tell you anything.
Because you don't know it because he
I
didn't have
don't
one.
give a rat's
He
ass.
did not have one.
I
Stop
don't
giving this
care.
man credit for what he did not build.
I
He inherited everything.
I
He inherited
understand
money
each
from his
president
daddy and
inherits.
built his
I
hotel.
get that.
He
But you
inherited the
don't
economy
understand
from
he didn't ride it for 4 years.
Baby.
He didn't ride it for 4 years. So stop your lying. Stop
You lack so
fear
much
mongering people.
understanding.
Just stop.
You
Why
lack
don't you just let the
understanding.
man run
You're
in office
lacking
and see what he does?
understanding.
Yeah, we'll see what he does, Taurus. I
He
mean,
ain't
that's
Shay. He
we'll see
ain't
what he
finna do
does.
nothing for them. They gonna be around here crying.
So,
I know.
so,
You're aware. We're trying to prepare.
so Taurus, what
She
I'm
gonna be
listening
working
to
8
is
jobs instead of 2.
I ain't gonna be working nothing.
Taurus.
Yes, you are.
Taurus,
I
what
only
I'm
have several
listening.
years to work. I'm
Taurus,
out.
Taurus,
That's it.
Taurus, we're reaching that point where I got to move on. I mean, we've done so much work with you. Takesha
There is
has.
no work, Jesus,
She's.
because you like cheap groceries. You like paying people nothing. That's great.
I don't
That's
do that.
very unchristian like.
Wait.
Oh, you did
wait.
not throw out the
Don't bring up
Christian
the word
thing.
Christian.
Yeah, he
Please
asked me
don't bring
before
up
if
the
I
word
was a Christian,
Christian.
so I'm allowed to do that.
Oh,
Please
no,
don't
you're
bring up the
not.
word Christian.
Okay, so that's
Should,
very
should,
unchristian.
should we talk to Christian real quick? I got a couple more
Please
minutes.
let's talk Christians.
Okay. All right, Taurus. Congratulations.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
open the door. I'm ready.
I don't understand why you
I
would
know
vote
he
for the
needs
devil.
like 3 people to back him up.
No,
like
no,
it's
no, no,
little
no, no, no,
Batman.
no, no. What's Christ like about Trump, if you don't mind? Just tell me what's Christ like about
I don't
him.
know. You asked Christ that.
Oh my God.
We know.
Wait,
we know
you
That's
Christ
my part.
Every person
I knew
We
it.
know
is
Christ
made in
attributes.
God's. Wait. Did you read the Bible lately? What is every person made in God's image? Is that not correct? Because I went to 15 years of Catholic school.
Stop it.
So-
What
so-
are the
so-
fruits of
Yeah,
the
okay.
Spirit?
Because you know
What
I'm
are-
right.
How do
is
you
the
feel
fruit
about
of-
evangelicals think you're not Christian because you're Catholic? How do you feel about that?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking
Lord
about?
have mercy.
You guys are. You know that a lot of the evangelicals that support Trump don't believe Catholics are Christian. That's a fact. And you're just voting alongside of these people.
I don't
Shoulder-
vote along the side of anybody. See, like I'm not anybody.
But-
That's a problem with people. You think that we're
Yes.
a collective
Yes.
group.
Does not the word say you shall
We're
know
not-
them by the fruit they bear? Give me a fruit that Trump bears.
That's what I was
Give me a
asking
fruit.
her.
Give me a fruit.
You mean some of his Christ-like
And I ain't
attributes?
talking about apples and oranges. Give me a fruit.
You got it. Oh, that's a good one.
What fruit he bear?
Taurus, I didn't mute you.
What
I didn't
fruit
do
does
it.
he
I didn't.
bear?
Taurus, she went and grabbed the Bible. She's probably Googling something. And this is
need to grab a lot more
I'm
than
done
that.
with it. Taurus, knock it off. You know this
You
man.
know when they bring up that Christian stuff, I love this conversation.
Uh-huh,
Let
me
me get a
too.
fruit that Trump bear. Let me get that.
Yeah, Taurus, are you okay?
Where you going, Taurus?
Annie, are you okay?
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Because she's been
Annie,
hit by
okay.
and struck by a smooth criminal. Get here, Takesha. I didn't do it.
I'm waiting on the fruit.
I can't even unmute her. I think y'all sent her somewhere. That's it. I can't even unmute her.
Taurus, come on, unmute yourself.
Oh my gosh, it's just y'all.
Unfortunately, I guess we've done what we needed to do with
There's no
Taurus.
Oh man, I was just finna put my collar
All
on.
right. Well, guess what? We'll do what we got to do. Well, they said she belongs in the lake of fire, so we're gonna do it. Hey,
I
Taurus.
love when you put your collar on.
You did it again, Taurus. You said I put you in the
Holy
lake of
Robin.
fire last time. Well, I'm going to put you in the lake of fire again.
Ooh,
W
that's pretty
Ange in the chat. All right. And Taurus, you got up here, you lied, and you defended Donald Trump, your cult leader. You worshipped him on both knees. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. And you did it while cooking beef stew and getting cooked at the same time. It's pretty impressive you did that, Taurus. But unfortunately, it's not enough to save you from what's
Hey,
about
women
to
are
come.
great multitaskers. That's
Yeah,
all.
well, she
thank
can
y'all for the
multitask.
gifts.
She
Yeah,
can multitask in the lake of fire. So, Taurus, since you love doing a little of that and a little of this and all at the same time, all right, TikTok and beef stew and lake of fire at the same time. This one's for you. Let's send her to the lake of fire. Oh my goodness.
Silence
She's in the lake
Why
of
she
fire.
muted Zeus?
I have no clue. We got onto that Bible stuff, and yeah, God muted her. I guess it was clear. She need to stop before she ends up doing something that she won't get forgiven for
Well,
doing.
because you know he don't share his glory with nobody, Zeus.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, okay, well, listen up, you two. What a
Well,
show.
that was fun.
That was
What a
fun.
show. I didn't get to bring everybody up that I wanted to. This thing went off the rails, and then we put it back on, and then it went that way. But we did God's work today, all right?
Amen, brother.
W to Keisha, W Shay in the chat.
Thank
And
y'all
we,
for the gifts.
yeah, and we did it on my backup account, too, so that's pretty
I
good.
know, right?
Yeah, I can't believe it, but, I appreciate it, all right? So thank you two again, W Shay, W to Keisha.
All right, sweetie.
Thank you.
Hey,
All right, Shay.
Tricky Dicky, you need to be quiet about who I am. So
Trash bait?
stop. Yeah, trash bait.
Yeah, he's obsessed with you.
Yes, my mother is Mexican. Yes. Is there a problem with that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
No problem with that? Yeah.
All right.
Mind your own business, you horrible person.
Tell him, Shay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Love you in the kingdom. That was fun. Welfare collectors. Yeah. Okay, Judy. Where are you? Come here.
Who collects welfare?
Who the fuck collects welfare? Let me show you my home.
I don't collect
Don't
welfare.
let them get to you. Don't let them
Hold
get
on,
to you.
Zeus.
Jody.
I don't collect welfare, but I do collect
Jody.
money
Oh.
in my Cash App. That's in my bio.
Well, then there you go. If you want to help her get off welfare, just go to her Cash App.
Send me some money to my Cash App. It's in my bio.
Thank you.
You can always do that.
Thank you.
No, my grandmother was Cherokee Indian. Never mind. Why am I even responding to him?
Don't need to.
I
All right.
know.
I got to move it on,
Wasting
you
my
two.
time. All right. Love you guys.
Later. Love you all.
All right, y'all.
Later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we laughed and we cried together, but Zeus has to get up out of here. We survived, it looks like 2 flags, and then the live itself got flagged. So I might as well get out of here while I can, all right? Because boy, oh boy, when we start talking about what Trump is doing to this country and how he's going to divide us, as you can see, those are very difficult conversations to have. But for all of you who survived, you deserve a round of applause. Also, I want to say thank you to my subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this would not be possible, seriously. But you know what? We got to give one last round of booze and shame. And you know exactly who this goes out to. All of the Zeus haters out there. You know what you did to my main account. Why can't y'all just sit back and listen to us school you, all right? Quit doing all of this nasty stuff you do and make me have to get it out of the mud, okay? Let's give them a huge round of booze and shame. Get out of here. I love you too. I gotta get out of here.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
All right, we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe in those TikTok streets. And then to the people who like to say insults and think they're saying things about me that somehow is supposed to make me feel less secure, I want you to know every time you insult me, you make me stronger. Yeah, because my poll numbers are going to continue to surge through the roof because of people like you. I'm out of here. Take care. Snuggles, knock it off. Okay, cute. W, Capria, my sister. Thank you. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I got you, cute dog. Let's go. W's is. Yeah. Sometimes I do bring backup up. You know why? Because if I can't get through to you, I know these other wonderful people will. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. W ready. It's hammer time. Let's go. W, Miss Vaughn. Let's go. Let's go. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jack and Cody. Valerie. W, the Kingdom. Thank you, Cabria. Democrats are so respectful. I agree. Democrats are some of the most respectful people you'll talk to. We'll tell you the truth no matter what, right? Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! You gotta be able to connect those dots. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. Biden saved America. But wait until you see what Trump does. 1929 style depression. One like you've never seen before. We're gonna call him Trump Hoover. Casey, thank you. I'm glad you found it too. I see you, Q-Dog. Let's go. Okay, thank you, Kimmy. Let's go. Thank you. W Angel in the chat. Yes, I'm glad you found my backup. Awesome. Yes, we'll be here for a week. Same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. I start at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. Gotta be able to connect those dots. We made it out of here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We made it out of here. Oh, my goodness. Great, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get some drill, baby, drill. All right.
Get down on debt. We're going to lower your taxes to insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack. Drill, what's a frack.
Hey! Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we're doing. Drill, baby, drill. Woo! W, Cabria in the chat. Wow.
They always go back to what they want. They always go back.
She can't help it. She's a radical. Left mark.
She can't help it.
Hey!
And we will frack.
And drill, baby, drill. Hey! Let's go! Hey, Heaven, you know how to drill like that? Q-Dog, you know how to drill? You know what we're talking about. They go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill, we go to frack. Hey! You gotta be able to do that drill, I'm telling you. You know what I'm talking about. W have it in the chat. Let's go. You can do that. When you can drill like Hannibal Lecter, it's amazing.
Insane asylums.
Conservative D, you wouldn't know anything about that.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Right?
Okay, they say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Why?
We're gonna lower your taxes.
Oh.
Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill, gonna frack.
Hey! You know what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. Woo! They go crazy. W money gun. Hey, let's go. All right, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning.